everyone. Welcome to Logomancy, and welcome to the very first session of Emergent, the Dawn of the Next Generation. My name is Quinn. I'm going to be the GM for today, and to start, I'm going to go around and have our players introduce themselves. But before that, I'm actually going to start. I'm going to introduce myself. Hello, I'm Quinn. I use any pronouns. I can be found on Blue Sky and Blue Sky only at Quinn Beckham 27. I will be here on Logomancy running this game every Saturday for all of the rest of this month, which I'm very, very, very excited about. Um, this game is Emergent. It is a brand new indie horror superhero TTRPG. It is now currently live on both itch and drive-through RPG. We kickstarted back in October and were fully funded, so we had a limited edition print run that already happened, but now you can get all of the PDFs. It's a massive rulebook, as all of our players can tell you. It's 400 pages, fully graphic designed, tons of art, and hopefully you all are going to really enjoy getting to see a little bit of it demonstrated. I love this game. I've helped out with it for the past 2.5 years. I'm very excited to be running it. But aside from this, I do other things. I do other games. I can be found every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. That's how time works. Yep. At 6 p.m. Pacific on Zeal Zaddy playing a different horror game, Magnus Archives Miami. And Neon, am I allowed to say what I'm doing next Friday? Are we allowed to announce that?
Yeah, we can
secret?
announce that, yeah.
Cool. Next Friday, Neon and I are going to switch, and Neon's going to be my GM. Neon's one of our amazing players here today. Neon's going to run a one-shot of Thirsty Sword Lesbians that I'm going to be in over on Pocket Dragon Pub. Yeah, so that's going to be very exciting. And now I'm going to throw it to our players. I don't like to pick on people. I like to make you awkwardly popcorn yourself. So somebody introduce yourself. Not Neon. Neon goes last.
But Quinn, the dead air, you have to pick someone.
No, it's the pressure. Go, speak.
Hey y'all, I'm Monroe. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me at Monroe on Blue Sky and pretty much anywhere on the internet. I'm primarily a writer, sensitivity reader, and game designer, but you can occasionally find me doing actual plays here and there, like this one, which I'm really excited about.
And Monroe was the sensitivity reader for this project.
I was.
Also, all of Monroe's games are on sale right now on its page, and they're really cool, and you should check them out.
You should. Please. Please. Please.
I'll go next. Hi, I'm Cait. You can find me across all social medias at HandsCait. On Wednesdays, you can find me alternating either on New Age Geeks for Queer and Present Danger, opposite Wednesdays over in the Tales Guild for Tales of Aegis. Beyond that, Crit Award stuff's coming up, so keep an eye on our socials and we'll keep posting about amazing Crit Awards things. And I think that's it for right now.
Hey y'all, I'm Matt. He, him pronouns. You can find me everywhere as Improv and RPG. I make a lot of beginner roleplay content on YouTube. And so check me out there. But I'm so excited to play. So Neon, it's over to you.
It's my turn. Sorry, I'm doing a little bit of arts and crafts. You caught me in the middle of arts and crafts. Hi, everyone. It's me, the lovely Neon Graffiti, or as everyone more often calls me, Neon, or I don't know, anything else you really like. My name's Neon, but you can call me on Saturday at 2 o'clock because that's what we're doing. This is part of a new thing that we're trialing here at Logomancy. This is the Saturday show. I don't have a proper name for it, but you can expect to see more of myself and lovely other people on Saturdays going forward. Aside from that, hi everyone, it's been a while. If you're tuning in from Roll for Wishes from like a few months ago, hi, I'm still living. But you can find me everywhere at It's Neon Graffiti, but mostly here on Logomancy on Saturdays, on Wednesdays too, but that show's on hiatus because our DM had some lovely life things, all positive. And that's me.
And
This stream, however, the Saturdays going forward are all going to be able to. Let me retry that. These streams are Saturday are in partnership with the Trans Lifeline. So if you don't know anything about the Trans Lifeline, they are a grassroots hotline and micro grant nonprofit organization helping the trans community. If you have had your ear to the ground or even not to the ground for the last 2 months or so, the trans community within the United States is becoming in danger. I am lucky enough to find myself above that northern border in the lovely land of Canada. But my heart goes out to all my trans brothers, sisters, siblings, and everyone else in the States who is struggling with a government that is legitimately trying to kill them. So going forward, any game that is hosted on Saturday, you will be able to go to our Tiltify and donate to the Trans Helpline, Trans Lifeline, and that will help them with things like legal grants or access to meds and gender affirming care, access to non-government reliant care as well. To make sure that all the lovely trans folks out there can continue to be who they are and do so safely and do all those good things. It's fates, exclamation fates. If you go on in, you can donate. The donates can affect the game in real time. I'll be keeping an eye on them. And I'll have to go run it if somebody donates, but there's a few fun little donation things that I want to bring up off the bat. One is there are copies of the Emergent rulebook available. So if you make a donation, I think it's $25.
Yes. Or more.
Or more. Minimum
25 or more,
$25 donation, you get an Emergent rulebook. And then for $100, if you want to do $100, you can have me drink some really spicy stuff and suffer. This is normally something, if you were with us for Roll for Wishes, was something only when I was in the GM seat, but I'll do it here too, because if I have to deal with having spicy in my body for this organization to have extra resources to help people that need it, I will gladly do so. So please come get a book, donate $100, watch me cry. We're gonna have a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Neon. Really excited to be on the inaugural Saturday stream, and I'm super excited to see
Yeah.
everything that you do moving forward with this time slot and with raising money for Trans Lifeline. And yeah, we are very excited to be able to give away some PDFs of the Emergent Rulebook. The $25 is the normal cost to buy the book if you went on Itch or Drive-Thru. So if you give that money to Trans Lifeline, we will send you a PDF copy of the book. Also, if you just want to go on Itch and check out the book and just buy the book, that's also great. We also appreciate you looking at our rule book and checking it out. If you want to go on there as well, there's also some free downloads you can check out if you want to see a little bit about the book. I believe the power preview is on there. So I'm going to talk just a little tiny bit about Emergent before we get started. Emergent is a horror superhero game. So our players are going to be playing as high schoolers who get superpowers and fight monsters. That being said, Emergent is a horror game, so it will deal with themes of violence, maybe a little bit of gore or grossness. So if anything, at any point in time makes you uncomfortable, this is my content warning. I don't run intense horror games, especially with high schoolers. Somehow everything I run tends to lean a little bit more like funny, campy horror, I think because that's me. But this is a horror game, and that is my warning that you have all been issued as you go ahead and get started. And I think that's all I'm going to say about the game. If you want to learn more, keep watching and you'll learn more about the mechanics. We have three goals. Wow, words. I'm going to drink water before I start to speak. It's going to be great.
We have ghouls too, it's fine.
We do have goals too. We have 3 goals really here today, one of which obviously is to tell a really great story that I'm really excited about. I'm so excited about these characters. I'm so excited about all the stuff I'm going to put them through. But also, we're going to be showcasing a little bit about Emergent, about the rules. The players are learning about the game. You will be learning about the game as well through watching. And then also raising money. That's our other goal. So donate and get books. That all being said, we are going to go ahead and get started. And we're actually going to start differently than how I normally start this game, because we're going to start by taking you all back to, instead of being high schoolers, back to being children, back to when you all were young. We're going back 10 years into the past. Our game, when we fast forward, is taking place in 2014, so the game already is in the past for us. But now we're going back even further to 2004, when you all were children. You all live in the town of Evert Hills, Colorado. It's an average, mid-sized, suburban American town. Not really known for very much, except for the hills, as the name implies. The town is sort of nestled against the backdrop of these tall hills that are covered in snow in the winter, and it's just a very normal place to live where not much ever happens. Until this past week. You are all children at this point, so you don't know too much about what's happening. But the adults in the town have been talking in very hushed and scared voices. They have been keeping you inside, not letting you play outdoors. They've been talking amongst themselves. There have been whispers and rumors, depending on how plugged in your 7 or 8-year-old self is. You probably don't know too much, but you know that something is wrong. There's a sense of unease in every adult that you have spoken to or interacted with. And today, that unease has culminated in a funeral. It is Saturday night, and the town is gathered for the funeral of Mayor Salvador Rodriguez, who was found dead outside his home a few days earlier. You all have been relegated to the childcare section. The funeral is taking place in a small church located a little ways up in the hills. So it's kind of in the forest. You're surrounded by trees. It's very beautiful here. It's as, night is falling. The adults have all gone and gathered in the large sanctuary area, and you guys are downstairs in the childcare area. Mostly the childcare area is for babies and infants, like children who are just too young because they might start crying or, having a fuss in the middle of the funeral, so free childcare is offered. But for whatever reason, your guardians have decided that they didn't really want you attending this big funeral. But you're really the only kids of your age group there. Pretty much all the other kids are younger than you. So I'm going to have you go around and introduce and describe your childhood self, and say a little bit about how your younger self feels about the fact that you have been relegated to the kids section for tonight. And we're going to start in reverse order of how you went earlier. So, Neon, now you get to go first.
I get to go first. How old are we?
It's
the age range?
10 years prior, so I believe your character is 17, so it would be 7.
Okay, 18. So
18. Okay, so it would be 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So Carmilla is, probably one of the taller children. She's always been taller. She has her brown hair is pulled back into like a single long braid. That like chunky kind of, was it fishtail? Is that the term for it? A fishtail braid. She's wearing a purple tank top that has like the latest, what year is it? 2010, early 2000s?
Yeah, early 2000s, yeah.
Oh, what would be you know what? Yeah, on the front of her purple tank top, there is a graphic of Esmeralda from Hunchback of Notre Dame, like doing a dance. She's got the goat or something. with her, and then she's wearing like these bright yellow shorts that have like butterflies, like what's the word? I'm losing my vocabulary left, right, and center these
Embroidered?
days. Embroidered, thank you. Embroidered butterflies on the shorts, and she's wearing like sandals or something that like light up when she steps. She still thinks they're cool as hell.
They are, obviously. Yeah.
And honestly, she's probably just like playing with a doll or something. She's not really like all that concerned about being sent off to the somewhere else.
All right. Yeah, this is the nostalgia section of the TTRPG today. I love the little kid look and the light up shoes, which are very cool
God.
still, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
8 light up shoes are still cool, right?
yeah. All right, Matt, why don't you introduce your character to us?
All right. So I imagine that you see just like off in a corner, there is a small Asian child wearing a dirty jersey that says Carter on the back, for his hero of the time, Vince Carter. And he's just dribbling the ball, trying to do crossovers and failing over and over again. But he's just taken this as another opportunity, another chance to try to live his dream to be an all-star NBA player so he can dunk on people. But you just see Lee, he's just dribbling. I mean, I would say most of the time the ball is bouncing off his foot and sailing somewhere else. And he just runs over and just quickly says, "Oh, I'm sorry," before running back over to his corner. It was maybe he wanted to dribble the entire time just to practice, but I imagine that like when the adults brought him down, they're like, "Okay, just find a place to do it where you will be as indisruptive as possible, so you don't make any problems for anybody." But yeah, he's got his t-shirt, he's got his jersey, he's got his shorts, and he's just got basketball dreams. He probably, I would say that his parents probably didn't even tell him what was going on as far as the event is concerned. So he's like, "Oh, just more time to practice."
All right. Cait, what about you?
So Veronica Nicole is probably a little bit on the short side, and like one of those just like tiny kids that you're like, are they actually 8 or are they younger than they are? And she has long, like pale blonde hair pulled up in like 2 pigtail braids with big old bows attached at the top. She's got like everyone had the bangs as kids. She's rocking the bangs right now. She's dressed in a like really dark pink and white, like picnic check skirt with a matching top that has the same material and like a sailor collar around the top, and it has like little ladybugs sewn all over it. And she's wearing like the matching red like jelly sandals. I don't know if you had those as kids that were like atrocious, but everyone wanted them. She's wearing some of those. And at this point, probably has like climbed onto the highest available surface in this room and is just chilling out and watching.
Okay, and then finally, Monroe.
Alrighty. So Ruby is probably also one of the smaller kids, but like the cutest little, I don't want to say meatball, but a little bit of a meatball.
Meatball, I think, is an endearing term. As an
Yes, it is.
Italian, I give you permission to use the term meatball.
All right. With this long, like auburn wavy hair, and she's got it where it's like multiple braids, and then the butterfly clips where it like falls in waves in the back. Like this kind of lightly brown skin with like freckles all over her face and her shoulders, and wearing this like puffy sleeved butterfly printed dress with these pink tights and also jelly shoes, to be honest. Like she would also be wearing those for sure.
Amazing.
And she is enthusiastically just coloring. She found the crayons and the coloring books and she's just going to town.
Okay. Well, that's perfect because you all are kind of being left to your own devices here. You were kind of just dropped. To you, I'm sure it seems like adults are watching you, but really, realistically, it's actually college age kids. I feel like when you're that age, you're just like, that's an adult. And these college age kids inside their own heads are like, not an adult, definitely not an adult. Why are we watching all these very young children by ourselves? But yeah, you are here, left to your own devices to play and hang out. And yeah, honestly, none of the volunteers are really, the volunteers who are watching you are really paying you guys any mind. Even, Lee, when your ball, rolls over into the other area, they kind of just like push it back to you very quickly. They seem just a little bit distracted.
Do we know any of the like teenagers' names?
I don't know if you do because you are not from here. You're visiting your grandma, correct?
Yeah, I
Over
am
the
visiting my
summer?
grandma. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you've
don't know these
probably
kids.
never been here before, would be my guess. Like, you've never been to the, daycare, you've never been watched here, but you can go up and try and talk to one of them if you'd like.
What's your name?
Yeah, you go over and you approach this kind of frazzled looking, maybe like 18, 19-year-old who has dark brown hair, bags underneath her eyes, looks very tired, white girl who's fairly tall, especially even though you're tall, but like she's tall, you're definitely looking up.
Well, I'm tall for an 8-year-old.
Yeah, you're tall for an 8-year-old. She's tall for an 18-year-old. So, this is what you will grow up into one of these days. And yeah, she looks down at you. Oh, hi, sweetie. My name's Emily. Did you need something? She's like holding a like smaller child in her arms.
Why is your face like that?
Because I'm a little bit tired, and this is what happens when you don't get enough sleep, which is why it's really important to get enough rest.
Why?
Because that's what happens to your face when you don't get enough sleep. That's just how faces work. Did you need something? Do you need a snack or water?
No. And I'll turn around and I'll walk away.
She like sighs in relief.
Just, I want a snack from on top like a cabinet.
She kind of like looks around like, oh gosh, how did you get up there? And she's like looking around for help, but like literally all of these, there's like 3 teenagers in here watching you, and they're all like holding children essentially in their arms. But she was okay, and she kind of like puts down the kid that she's holding, goes over and is like, okay, snacks. Snacks are in here. Mira, where are the snacks? Do we still have fruit snacks? Oh gosh. And she like starts opening cabinets, and then she's like, wait, kid, like, and goes to like try and get you down off of the top of the cabinet that you've somehow crawled up to. Do you go down willingly? Or
Like lift my legs up so she can't reach me.
okay. Turn it. What's your name? Can you come on down from there for me, please? No. Okay. Will you come down for a snack? I've got fruit snacks in here somewhere. She's like digging around through the cabinet trying to find, like, there's lots of waters and like boring snacks. There's probably like there's like apples and stuff and fruit, and she's like, no, like kids want fruit snacks. If I get her sugar, she'll come down.
Well, I could throw them up there for her. I'm a pretty good shot, so yeah.
No, you have to. We have a rule that snacks have to be on the ground.
I would like to see where that rule is written. Thank you.
Yeah.
If the snacks are on
Um,
the ground, that means they're dirty and you can't eat them. That's what my mom says.
That-
Well,
Mhm.
they're in a bag. Like the fruit snacks are in like a bag, but you have to be on the ground while you eat them.
Oh,
Why?
hell yeah.
So no one gets hurt. We don't want anyone getting hurt here. We want feet on the floor. Both feet, preferably, on the floor.
I'll take that into consideration.
And she goes to keep like digging through the cabinet. And then she turns back to Mira, one of the other girls who's in here, the other adults. And for the first time, something a little bit weird happens, which is that she looks back at Mira and she says, "Where the heck is?" And then she says what you think should be a name, but you don't hear a name. There's just a missing space where a name should be. But Mira, the other person, responds and is just like, "I don't know. She's been missing all of her responsibilities lately. She's not texting me back or calling me. Yeah, I don't know if she was supposed to be here tonight, but I just haven't heard or seen from her." And then, Emily kind of just throws her hands up in the air and goes back to trying to find fruit snacks.
Hmm. Can that be my name too? Can I be?
What?
Well, the other person who's supposed to be here, you said her name was.
No, I
Cool.
said her name was, and she does it again, but it doesn't seem like she realizes that she's doing it. Again, you know there's a name that's supposed to be there. The space is just instead empty.
Yeah.
Sure, sweetie, that can be your name. And she's kind of pats you on the head. And goes back and finally pulls the fruit snacks out, like, here they are, they were in the very back. Pulls the fruit snacks out of the cabinet and goes, "Okay, who wants fruit snacks?" And they're the little fruit snack pouches. Does everyone want a fruit snack?
Yeah, not even looking up from what she's coloring, Ruby immediately just like
hand.
Yep.
Okay. So she will start handing out fruit snacks to all of you, and what she's going to try and do, you're free to resist this as much as you'd like, but she's going to try and kind of there's a little one of those colored square rugs. I don't know if that was a common universal experience, the little colored, okay, good. Square rugs, right up against the, there's to describe this room for you guys a little bit, it's a pretty small space. There's a little mini play structure in the middle. There's a bunch of bins that have toys in them, and then sort of the counter where the cabinets are, where the snacks are held. And then there's the rug by the door that leads out to the outside. You guys know that there is a playground out there that for now you've not been allowed to go to. You've been relegated to being inside. And then there's a door on the other side of the wall that leads out into, the rest of the church building. But she's going to try and take you guys and sit you down on the rug and hand you your fruit snacks and be like, "Okay, sit here. You've got coloring. Great. Amazing. Keep doing that. We've got books and Legos, and dolls. You've got a doll. If you guys just want to sit here and eat your snacks, a baby starts crying behind her and she's like, "Oh God, I'll be right back. If you guys need anything, but hopefully you guys can kind of just take care of yourselves for a minute. I will be right back." Do all of you go willingly to the rug?
I'll come off the cabinet for 2 fruit snacks.
Okay, now you get 2 fruit snacks. She will take that deal. That was. Then she will get all of you 2 fruit snacks if she realizes that she doesn't have a choice. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are left by yourselves. I imagine kind of in a little circle of the 4 of you, and I don't know if you 4 know each other really at all. I don't know if you've ever really seen each other before. I know, Carm, you're not from here, so I
Nah,
know
I'm
you don't
not
know
from
anybody.
here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Uh, hi.
Ruby points
If
at
anyone doesn't want their grapefruit snacks, I'll take them.
I'll
I'll
trade you for
trade
the
you for the
lemon
peach
ones.
ones. But the lemon ones are good.
Look, I'm okay trading the peach ones. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you my grape ones, and then Ruby points
Yes.
at Carm's your shorts, and she goes, "I really like your shorts."
Aren't they the coolest? They have bug flies on them.
Like my dress, and she kind of like flaps the bottom of her skirt.
Oh my gosh. We're both butterflies.
Like, just quietly sorted all my grape ones out, and I just set them on their pile. No trade needed.
Lee is gonna
Yes.
tap Veronica on the shoulder and say, "How did you get that high?"
Oh, well, if you open the doors, the shelves inside are perfect to just skitter right up, and then if you close the doors and no one saw how,
Oh my gosh.
it's just like
Okay.
climbing a tree.
I'll remember that next time.
I don't climb trees.
I don't either. They're kind of gross. And they make my hands sticky.
Only the sappy ones.
There are trees that aren't sappy.
Yes. But the sappy ones hide you better. Like a pine tree, if you can get like way up in there, it hides you better.
Oh,
But you can't wear bright colors, because it gives you away.
Um,
but I love wearing bright colors.
you y'all said you don't like climbing trees, but how do you feel about playgrounds?
Playgrounds
Yes.
are awesome.
I think there's one nearby. They're probably busy. We might make it easier on them if we,
If we
snuck
just
out
go to
for
the playground.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
think
far
you're right.
away. It's fine.
Okay, so we're all going to the playground, and no one is going to tell the adults.
Okay.
Pinky
This-
promise.
This sounds like a great opportunity for us to make our very first roll of the game.
Oh,
I'm gonna have you guys roll a group stealth check for me. So the way that group checks work is I need half or more of you to succeed. So if you by yourself fail, don't worry. This is a group effort to try and sneak out through the back door. The way that dice work in Emergent is you roll a different die depending on the difficulty of what you're trying to accomplish. So for this, what you're trying to do, the adults are distracted. And again, adults is a bit of an over exaggeration. They're adults in your eyes, but these are college students. They're not keeping the best eye on you anyways. So this is actually going to be an easy roll. Easy in Emergent is rolling a d6. You can roll it on the dice roller or your physical click clack fun. So feel free to roll whatever dice you want. So you're going to roll a d6, and Emergent is a roll low system. So you are trying to roll under your stealth number on your sheet. So I'm going to have everyone go ahead and roll me that d6. And as long as you meet or roll under, you're fine. It looks like everyone rolled fantastic. We have 2 1s. We have 3 1s. 4 1s.
Let's go.
It's our one good roll for the entire night.
Literally, nothing will beat this. Oh
Yeah.
Oh my
That
god.
either is going to be really great for me, or really because you're all going to fail from here on out, or really horrible for me because you're going to have the best luck ever.
We are
Um,
the most stealthiest, sneakiest kids you've ever did meet.
You really are. For how brightly dressed you are and all these bright colors, you are so sneaky. The door does not make a sound as you open it. And you sneak your way outside and you pull the door closed, and you know that no one has noticed that you are gone. and you enter outside. It is dark out here as night has just begun to fall. Illuminated only by the light of the moon, you see the metal play structure.
Mhm.
But you also see something else out of the corner of your eye. You see as you look, there's the church, and then there's a little kind of clearing where the playground is, and then there is the woods. You're in the hills, you were by the forest. And you see just at the tree line, there's this sort of blue, sparkly, glittery looking, like, it looks like slime, but I don't think slime had really been invented or popularized yet at this time. So you guys wouldn't, your kid self wouldn't know what that means. But it looks like it has that like texture where it's like gooey and sticky and fun. And it's sort of like a river of it leading and trailing into the woods.
Why is there sparkly jello?
Jello.
Do you think we can eat it?
But
I
it's on
dare
the
you to lick
ground.
it.
I'll lick it instantly.
You lick it, it has an indescribable taste. Like, it's not like it's good or bad. It's just weird. You've never tasted anything like this before, and you're not sure you could put into words what it tastes like. And as you all get closer, you're all going to make another roll for me. This one's going to be harder. We're upping the difficulty. I'm going to have you all roll me a D8 focus. So D8 rolling against your focus stat on your skill. Are you all just going to roll fantastic all game? I hate you, Neon. If everyone rolls a 1 again, I'm ending the stream. We're done.
I got a 1 again. I thought it was a 7 for a second. I started freaking out, and then I looked closer, and it was a 1.
Oh, nice.
Got exactly what I needed. This is a 3.
Okay.
So meets it is okay.
Yes, meets or beats.
Okay, meet.
No.
I met it.
No, I did. I got over.
Okay. So all of you are fine except for Ruby. You get closer to this and you feel pulled in towards it. You have to know where this thing goes. You have to know where it's coming from. And you don't even fully realize it, but you're starting to walk into the woods following this trail. And so everyone else, you see Ruby just sort of start to wander off into the trees.
The playground's this way.
Where are you going?
I feel like she would be doing that thing where kids do when they stare at something,
Mhm.
where she bends her whole upper body and then just walks forward. So she's not even standing straight or looking. She's just like,
Ruby, come back.
The slime tastes bad. I finally decided.
Why did you lick so much?
I didn't mean to. It just like kind of clumped.
Lee's
It's
gonna
honestly,
walk.
it's still kind of there.
Lee's gonna try to walk up to Ruby, and say, "Are you okay?"
I don't know.
I've heard bad things about going too far into the woods. Did you see something?
No, I want to know where it goes.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to check it out, I'll be with you.
Okay.
I mean, we shouldn't go because my dad says that the woods at night are full of bad people, like Count Frollo. And they're all bishops? Yeah. So we shouldn't do that. We should go to the playground because it has one of those spinny things, and I want a spinny on the spinny things. So we should all go to the playground.
I mean, it'll be fine if we go just a little bit into the woods. Like, because I was
Yeah,
just
you're right.
like a bag of like rocks that's in my pocket. I'm like, we can leave a trail because rocks are discernible in the
That's
forest, you know?
so smart.
Good thinking.
Like Hansel and Gretel.
This is the best plan ever.
Perfect.
Okay, so you guys start all together. It sounds like you're all going to stick together in your group,
Yes.
walking and leaving a trail of rocks behind you so you can find your way back, even though you are following this blue, glittery, very obvious and noticeable trail. Just in case,
I
you're
do take
prepared.
a second lick of it at some point.
It tastes the same. It tastes the exact same.
Damn. No.
And you don't really mean or intend to go that deep into the forest, but the more you follow this thing, the more you all kind of start to feel the sense that you need to know where this is coming from. You need to find the source of this. I mean, it almost starts to feel like it's magical. Like it glitters more and more the more you look at it. You can see it's not just one shade of blue, it's all these different shades of blue. Um, like there's parts of it that are darker blue and parts of it that are lighter blue. And it's just very mesmerizing to look at. And soon I think you're kind of all doing that, like bent over, just staring at it. So you don't really realize where you're going or exactly how deep into the woods you all go. But eventually, you come to sort of a small natural clearing, is probably an over exaggeration, but just a small little space in the woods where there's not a lot of trees. It's more grassy here. And you see something floating in the air. It's like all of this slimy blue shimmering substance is just swirling around through the air, floating off the ground. And it's just this very enticing when you all feel compelled now not to lick it, but to go forward and touch it. Like you have to know what texture this is. It's again, it looks like maybe it's like sticky, but in a good way sticky, like that kind of, again, like slime where you're like, if you touch it, your hand will just kind of like sink into it. And you all feel this feeling of being compelled to be like, I gotta touch that. I gotta know what that feels like.
It looks like a
It
jelly.
doesn't feel good. I can tell you.
From licking
I put it in my mouth, and it was not good. And I don't think it'll be good on our hands.
But maybe the substance that's not touching the ground will be better.
I didn't think about that. Because no snacks off the ground. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I ate a snack off the ground.
And as you
Aw.
all take a step forward, before any of you can do anything, is like, you raise your hands and you go to touch it. And then all of a sudden, you hear a voice coming from your left off into the trees going, shoot, kids, no. And a figure runs out of the woods and grabs all four of you and pulls you in front of them and then like ducks down, keeping themselves between you and this thing, and just yells, there's kids, go now. And all of a sudden, before your guys' eyes, the blue, magical, swirling, sparkling, glittery substance that's floating in the air changes in the blink of an eye. It is now a green, toxic, sludge-looking thing, and in it you see the figures of what look to be human faces swirling around in this that are all contorted in agony. The ground below it is burnt. And I'm going to have all of you make for me your first fear check as this thing shifts in the blink of an eye in front of your eyes. To make a fear check, you're going to roll focus for me again. Also a d8.
I'm gonna use it different.
Oh, it's gone.
2.
Okay, so when you're telling me your result, is that your result on the die? Because what I need from you now for this is your degrees of success. So
3
degrees of success. Perfect.
3 degrees.
Perfect. For our audience, degrees of success in this game is the your number. All our players have a number on their stat sheet, and then the number that they get on the die. And you're trying to roll lower, so it's how much lower you got. So we have 2 people who got 3 degrees. What did the 3? Cait?
1, so 2 degrees?
2 degrees. Okay. Somehow, all of you as children are surprisingly not that you're scared for sure because you don't know what's happening. This thing is weird and it's more gross maybe than horrific. Except for Cait. The way that fear checks work is it's not about passing, it's about degrees of success. And you did not quite meet the threshold for this. So what I'm going to have you do is roll me a d6 on the shock table to see how you react. And then I'm going to have you give me one of your I know you have fears on your character sheet, but if you want to think about one of your childhood fears, this does not need to have a mechanical effect because, shocker, you guys are not about to fight this monster.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. So you rolled a 3 on what's called the shock table, and that is how you react. So 3 is you scream. You scream loudly, or yell an expletive, which you can yell a childhood expletive if you would like, and anyone in long range can hear it. So do you think it's
It's just a
scream?
scream. It's
Okay,
one of the
just a
like
scream.
high pitched, just ear splitting. And I will not do on mic.
And what
I
is
was
your
right in my
childhood
ears.
self afraid of?
We're in the woods. I think like as a kid, 100% afraid of like pure darkness. Like no light, can see nothing, darkness as a kid. Like
Yeah.
a standard just
Yeah. And as you know, as you're looking at this monstrous creature that you now see in front of you, that fear of darkness comes to your mind, and you realize that everything around you, the whole forest, even the creature itself, like its colors darken, and everything just gets like one shade darker around you. And this person who's like got you all like held in her arms is going, shit, 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 guys, now, go now. And you guys, you hear from above you someone answer and call down, yep, going now. And you look up and you see someone is walking along the underside of a tree branch. Just standing there along the underside of a tree branch. This dark-skinned person wearing all black clothes. They have something kind of over their hair, but you can see just a little bit of like bright pink curls sticking out from the covering that's over their hair. And they are just fully walking on like the underside of a tree branch, not the top of the tree branch, the underside of the tree branch in a way that seems to defy gravity. And they hit a button, and all of a sudden from out of the trees, you hadn't even realized, you hadn't even looked up to see, but there's something suspended in the trees, and this thing drops down, and all of a sudden this like bright pink tarp drops out of the sky, covering this creature. The girl who's holding you guys is like, and then, interestingly enough, she does the thing where she says a name, but the name is blank. The name is missing. Followed by, can you come get these kids? And next to you, out of nowhere, out of nothingness, a person appears, standing next to you. And it's like, what kids, kids, come with me. We're going this way. And then this person grabs all of your guys' hands and starts to try and drag you off into the woods.
just yell stranger danger at the top of my lungs.
Yes, good. That's a good instinct. Strangers are dangerous, but that thing is more dangerous. Come on, we're just this way. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. We really need you out of the way.
I shouldn't have licked that thing. I'm seeing all sorts of things.
You licked? No, you should. Come on, we're going this. Come on,
It
we're going.
wasn't good.
We gotta get you guys out of here. Gabe, come and help me. We need to get these kids out of here. And you realize as you're starting to kind of like take in more of what's going on and more of what's happening, these seem like adults to you. In actuality, they're probably 17 or 18. They are all dressed in matching football uniforms that have been painted with like bright pink paint over them and have been like there's like things duct taped to them, like spikes duct taped on some of the shoulder pads. And they're all like this person who's guiding you away has like a spear looking thing tucked under their arm now because both hands are holding you. The person behind you, the girl behind you who grabbed you earlier, is holding like a baseball bat that has nails into it. You've never really seen any people dressed like this or looking like this, and certainly not doing the types of things that these people are doing. And you're being pulled deeper and deeper into the woods. How much resistance are you guys putting up against this?
None.
All of it.
I am so
Doesn't
caught
matter.
up in the self-narrative of I licked that thing and now I'm dying. This is what death is. I ate a snack off the ground and now I'm dying.
Okay.
I mean, Lee, there's a part of Lee that is curious about the person who was walking on the underside of a tree branch, because I mean, he likes the idea of being high up.
Mhm.
He wants to be able to dunk, but he's just imagining
Wants to
like,
be
oh
able
my
to
gosh,
dunk.
if I could learn how to do that, I could do all sorts of sick tricks.
Mhm.
And so his resistance is probably like not trying to get away from this person, but
But-
more towards the thing
Mhm.
that they're trying to lead us to.
Yeah. So yeah, like you're being led back like behind a tree, basically is where you're being led, but you will still have a view, and you actually look back and you see the figure that was up in the trees. You watch actually as they drop suddenly and flip down, and they are also holding some type of like spear looking thing, and you see them drop down and like slam this thing into the ground through the tarp and in theory through the creature underneath it. And you watch as the other girl, now that you can see clearer, the other girl is again dressed in like the football gear, a Indian girl who's very broad, very buff, again holding this like spiked bat, and she runs up and like slams the bat into this thing. And all of a sudden, very bright lights turn on all around you, and suddenly everything is illuminated, like so bright for a second you have to like blink and clear your eyes as this whole clearing is lit up. And you guys are guided over to where again like 17-year-old Hispanic boy, I say not adult, again 17-year-old child still, is sitting with his eyes closed, also dressed in the same like bright pink painted football looking gear. He has a couple of throwing knives on the ground next to him, but he's literally just sitting there while all this action is going on behind him, sitting there with his eyes closed, looking like he is really trying to concentrate. But then all of a sudden, you guys are dragged in front of him. It's like, Gabe, hey, sorry, I know you're doing your thing, but kids, there are kids. And he like opens his eyes. What? I thought I sensed people coming closer. Sorry, I was so focused on distracting that thing. Kids, yeah. Hi. You're gonna stay right here with me. I really need to go back to doing what I was doing. Can you sit here? We are trying to fight and kill that thing that you guys just saw.
Why?
Because it's a monster and it's killing people. Can you guys just sit quietly for me, please?
Oh, one more thing. Why?
He sort of looks up at the other person who escorted you over here, shrugs, and is like, "Yeah, good luck," and disappears, and is just gone. Just nopes right out of there.
Fair enough.
And he looks at you and he's like, "Okay, and all of a sudden, Carm, you feel incredibly calm. And it feels like something just natural. Like you don't notice anything weird about it. But this person looks and he makes eye contact with you, and you just feel calm. You don't feel like you need to know. For maybe the first time in your life, some of that curiosity you feel like is a little bit dimmed and dulled.
Do you have a fruit snack?
We will get you guys fruit snacks as soon as this is over. Can you sit close to each other and just like hold hands? And he like is going kind of in and out of like closing his eyes and looking like he's like trying to concentrate, but then like, oh, kids are right in front of me. Whatever you do, don't go over there. I don't know why they brought. Okay. And then he closes his eyes, and you guys hear his voice in your head. I know this is all probably a lot and probably really scary for you guys, but I just need you guys to sit here calmly. This will all be over in a few seconds, I hope, if we did everything right. Just sit here.
Okay. Just the most confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all a lot for your, again, like your 7-8-year-old minds as you just kind of watch in awe. Again, you can look back and you can see the person from earlier who flipped out of the tree is now like walking up the side of a tree, and like, all of a sudden like rocks come off the ground and start circling around them. And then like getting thrown out at the like slimy green oozing toxic looking creature is trying to like break its way free, but it seems to have some kind of aversion to, again, you've seen a lot of bright pink things. They're even like some of the weapons that they're wielding are like spray painted this bright pink, and this creature seems to have this natural aversion to that color for whatever reason. And so you guys watch as, again, all of these just amazing, fantastic feats go on behind you. The girl holding the bat, at one point, you see her skin along her arm harden as she like puts up her arm and blocks the monster coming and trying to get at her, and then swings the bat back into it. And you watch, and you're all kids. You're a little bit before the age where kids were like growing up with like Marvel and DC, but you are pretty sure you're like, we're watching like a superhero fight right now. Like, we're watching superheroes fight a monster, because what other explanation is there? They're defying gravity and changing their skin, and we just heard someone in our minds and that person disappeared. And oh, go for it. You look like you're gonna. Does Carm have thoughts?
I was gonna ask if anyone's wearing pink.
Oh, yeah, my tights are pink.
Yeah, pinkish
I am
red. Check.
standing and or sitting in a way that puts them in front of me.
I'm sitting there, I'm just like, the fruit snacks were bad. It's not real.
I told you we shouldn't have no eating snacks on the ground.
But very quickly, actually, only in what feels like a matter of minutes, you see, again, the girl who's got this spiked bat just, gets pulled, the person who is like kind of going in and out and defying gravity, takes her hand, they get like pulled up into the air and dropped down into the creature. And all of a sudden, it just disintegrates. All of this toxic looking green, the faces that were swirling inside of it that were making all of these agonized expressions just vanish away into nothing. And the four teenagers, the one who had his eyes closed opens his eyes and like gets up from behind the tree and runs out over to them and is like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, we did it. We killed it. It's dead. We actually like, oh my god, we killed that thing." And they're, celebrating and jumping up and down, kind of abandoning and forgetting about you guys for a second. You're just still like hanging out behind the tree. You just watching.
They just fight a giant pink tarp.
Yes.
Looks
This
like
is
they
a
won.
weird game.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a game.
And then the one Gabe who was talking to you in your heads goes, kids, forgot about the kids. And runs back over to you guys and sort of kneels down and gets on your level. Hey, kids. You guys can't tell anyone about what you saw. Because no one will believe you, for one, and the people who might believe you are bad people. So I'm gonna need you all to pinky promise that you won't tell anyone what you just saw. Can you guys do that for me? Yeah.
I'm gonna need extra fruit snacks.
Sure. I can provide extra
Cross
fruits now.
behind my back.
And he's
I
just
also,
like,
I want the stick that she has.
I don't think that we can give you guys that. That's really dangerous. And you,
I guess I'm gonna have to tell my parents.
Cait, I know that you're like crossing your fingers behind your back, and you never said your name. You didn't introduce yourself. Or no, that's out of character. In character, Veronica. He calls you Veronica. He calls you by your name. He says, Veronica, I know you're crossing your fingers behind your back. Can you undo that for me?
Yep.
I can still tell. I can tell what you're doing. Like it's really important that you guys don't tell anyone about this. Again, your parents really won't believe you anyways, even if you tell them. So
I don't know. My dad fights dragons all the time for me.
Okay.
So big, not tasty, definitely did not eat it. Slime monster is not outside the realm of belief.
Okay, well, okay, compromise. You can tell him about the slime monster, but you can't tell him about us. And he like gestures to his friends. Is that a compromise? You can talk about the slime monster, but you can't say anything about us.
But that's why I need the stick. He's not going to believe that I killed the slime monster if I didn't have a sword to kill the slime monster with. That's how knights
that's
work.
so dangerous. Oh, God. Okay. And then you hear from behind you, the girl who's holding the stick. Actually, her eyes go wide, and she goes, "Guys, I hear trucks approaching out in front of the church. I think we have to go." And they look down at you and they're just like, "Oh shoot. Okay. Oh gosh, how do you and they do the thing again. They say the name that's blank, that's non-existent. They go, "You're good with kids. You watch kids. Can you bargain with them, do something, get them to agree not to tell?" And this person comes over to you guys and also gets down and kneels down and goes, "Okay, kids, listen." And instead of talking, you hear something off in the distance, far away, that sounds like maybe a car alarm, or something is going off, and it's ringing. It's getting louder and louder and louder. And the next thing you know, your alarm is going off. And it's the first day of school, your senior year of high school. And you all wake up. You know that you just had a dream that didn't feel like a dream, it felt like a memory. But as you try and think about it, the more you try to remember it, it slips through your memory like sand slipping through your hand at the beach. It just is falling out of your mind. And you try and think about it, and you try to remember faces or names or details, and there was something about the woods, but it's just not there. It's that like on the tip of your tongue feeling where you know that something just happened, but you just can't articulate it, and it's gone. Any real memory you have of it is just gone. Who, out of this group, I'm going to ask you to volunteer yourself, who thinks that you are a early riser, a morning person? Okay, we had 2 people raise their hands very quickly. Okay, out of the 2 of you, we're going to go ahead and have Ruby go ahead and go first. Early riser, early morning, you wake up. Again, it's your first day of school, first day of your senior year. So pretty big day for you today. Why don't you go ahead and describe, first off, describe what you look like now as an adult. Adult in air quotes, you're very much still a child. Teenager, you're a teenager. Go ahead and describe yourself and describe a little bit of your morning. What is your home life like? Who lives with you? Who are your guardians? Do you get yourself ready? How much, who is someone making breakfast for you? Do you have your bag packed? Just go ahead and kind of guide us through the details of what is a morning like for Ruby.
All right. So Ruby is up early, and first of all, still looks the same, but is 5 foot tall now and stopped growing in like 7th grade. But still has that long, wavy, auburn red hair. And that's the first thing that they work with, essentially, is getting the hair done, because they like to do intricate braids and styles. And it's the first day of school, so she's got to show off. And is both of his parents work early, so pretty much has the house mostly to herself at this point, and is just got the tunes blasting from her speaker, has a whole playlist to get pumped for the morning, and is just getting dressed, like going back and forth. The house itself is probably just like a single story, but it's a fairly big house. And just goes back and forth between like her bedroom and sneaking a couple bites of whatever like makeshift breakfast she's made. And is just getting ready and puts on an obnoxiously bright ensemble of these bright overalls. I want to say yellow. They're probably yellow, with similar pink legging, like nylon stockings, black boots, some floral printed button-up shirt, and a bright pink cardigan, like fluffy, well, more like a sweater. It's a chunky sweater.
Okay. And then how are you going to be getting to school this morning? I will say again, it's a mid-sized town. There's definitely a bus that you could take the bus. You are all old enough to drive. I don't know if any of you have a car, but you could in theory drive yourself. Oh, so many of you are going to be transporting yourselves to school. It's also probably, depending on where you live, distance to the school, you could probably like ride a bike. It wouldn't be like the most convenient way of transporting yourself, but you could do it. Or you could have, carpool arranged. A friend could take you. But yeah, how do you think you're going to get to school this morning?
I think he gets to school through Marisol.
Okay. Okay, so
They-
she's gonna
they
come and
carpool.
pick you up. Okay, so she's
Mhm.
got the car for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We will get back to that in a second. I think Veronica is our other early riser. So why don't you go ahead and do the same thing? What's your morning like?
I think like she gets up, goes through the process of taking like she does like foam rollers in her hair every single night, so the curls are immaculate the next morning. So she like the process of doing the hair, the makeup, getting dressed. Like the whole cheer team's like, oh, we could wear our warm-ups for the first day of school to be super cute. So then she's making sure she has her uniform packed and like her practice outfit, all of her school things perfectly organized. Probably heads downstairs, grabs like some overnight oats and like a breakfast smoothie, and makes sure that like drops them off with Daphne, who's getting ready in the bedroom next to hers, and is like blasting music because mom's gone for whatever. I don't know, she's a lawyer. She's off doing whatever on this trip. Dad's currently not home either. I'm in charge. It's great. And I think it's just the making sure everything's perfect, hair's done up, bows put in, um, making sure Daphne's outfit looks pristine, and then just getting loaded into the car. It's probably
Okay.
pretty spot on.
Okay. So those are our early risers. From what I know, Carm, I think you're gonna be our last.
Yeah.
Like dead last. Yeah, yeah. So why don't we hear from Lee next about what your morning is like and a little bit about what your adult self, I keep saying adult, it's still a child, what your teenage self looks like.
Sounds good. Okay, so Lee, he's hit the snooze button a few times at this point. Each time it's just like he looks at the alarm and he's like, I could probably make another 10 minutes. I'll just, you know, I'll eat on the way. I'll drive just a little bit faster. It's all gonna be good. And then at some point he realizes, oh no, wait a second. Uh-oh. Class is about to start. I gotta go. And so he throws the sheets off. He jumps up and he's standing about 5'6". His hair is a little messy but short. Um, but he runs over to the closet, grabs the pair of jeans that he wears basically every day, one of the assorted t-shirts, and he throws those on, grabs the toothbrush, as well as maybe just a little cereal bar, with a strawberry flavor today, though he doesn't really taste it as he's like chomping on it and also like kind of trying to juggle a toothbrush with toothpaste on it. And he runs to his 1995 Honda Civic, and
Nice.
starts it. It takes a couple tries, but then he floors it out, driving maybe more dangerously than he should, but he's blasting a little bit of a little bit of rap, maybe some Kendrick at that time, and just hoping that he'll get there on time. And yeah, he's a little frantic. You would see the similar to the teen that was watching us, just the bags under the eyes, the fatigue, that lesson that he should have learned as a child has caught up to him, and he's not getting as much sleep as he would like. But he's on his way.
Okay. I might come back and make you have a check, make you do a roll, a skill roll here in a second, see if you get to class on time. But I want to
Alright.
get everyone's morning wrapped up, and I know someone else who's going to be rushing to get to school on time.
Yeah.
So Carm, yeah.
So Carm's first alarm is set for when the school bell goes off. On the opposite side of the city, in a shitty apartment building, exists a studio apartment that has not even a full kitchen. It's like a kitchenette. It is barely furnished, which is to say that there is a mattress in a corner with a cardboard box next to it that's fashioned into a nightstand. The only real thing of value, aside from maybe the mattress itself, is there is an antique record player. that is like, it's like that full cabinet type setup. And as the alarm goes off, Carmela rolls over, runs her hand through her dark wolf cut hair, reaches, silences the alarm, grabs a half smoked cigarette out of an ashtray that's on the nightstand, walks over to the window, opens it up, opens the window, flicks the pin on the record machine, and Nirvana's In Utero album starts playing. And she sniff checks her sports bra before putting it on, over top of like a pair of like dirty jeans that are like ripped. And she takes a look at like a calendar that's on the back of her like exit door and sees that she doesn't have work today, so leaves the coveralls and just puts on regular clothes, kind of stumbles over to the kitchenette, snubs the last little butt of her cigarette out, reaches into the fridge for a half drunk energy drink that is now flat, chugs it, heads out the door, making sure to put on her jacket, which is this super like punk battle jacket that she has self-modded into a riding jacket for her motorcycle. And she steps outside, puts her sleek black helmet on, does a little stretch before starting her Indian Scout 60 motorcycle that she fixed up herself, and takes off to school. She shows up probably halfway into first period.
Yeah, you just are going to be late. You are not giving me a dice roll or a check of any kind. You're just late. I am going to let
late.
Lee's going to go ahead and give me a roll to see if you can possibly be there on time. So it's going to be a D8. I'm going to have you roll for driving, which is operation.
Let's go. Okay. I got a little bit in that. I've got 2 under 4, so 2 degrees of
Okay,
success.
so 2 degrees of success. You make it just in time. You know, you rush in for the first period, but you're not late. And you all are able to get to your first day of your senior year of high school. Again, very exciting. But I will say that you all, as you're leaving, you notice the fact that it was, the weather for today was supposed to be okay. Like, it wasn't supposed to be bad weather, but it's really overcast. It's really cloudy. But despite that, it's kind of weird. Like, as you're driving, as you're, being driven, if you're not the one driving the car, you notice it seems like despite all of the cloud cover, the sun is never being covered by the clouds. It's almost like the clouds are like moving with the sun to allow it to be both very overcast and also very sunny at the same time, which is just like kind of a weird weather. You haven't really seen anything like that. It's normally like overcast or sunny, not like simultaneously overcast and also sunny all the time. But it's not like it's not raining. You're able to, you drive, there's no problems driving, you all get to school. It's not inconvenient. It's just kind of like, it's really cloudy and also really bright. You might need like sunglasses on if you're driving to kind of even like avoid some of the glare from the sun. But you all get to school and classes start. And one of the things about Emergent that's really cool is we have a amazing system to keep track of time. So you guys have your schedule that has all of the things you have going on. So today you all have school first. School takes up a big, large chunk of your time. And then after school, you all have, since it's the first day, you have various kind of club meetings. After school is kind of like, okay, like we're kickstarting the year. We have our first club meetings. Like, let's start strong. So Ruby, you've got your gardening club. Carm, the theater club, is having their first meeting. And Veronica, your mathletes club, is having their first meeting. Just kind of, again, like, it's not really a hardcore, like, intense. It's more like, let's meet, let's try and recruit some new people, get some new people excited. Maybe we're going to make flyers to put up around the school to, advertise like, yeah, come join us, right? Like, gotta recruit some freshmen into your clubs. So it's not the most, intense of days, but you do still have to be there. Lee, you are not in any clubs. You have your volunteering normally at the hospital. You don't have volunteering today. So your plan is most likely going to be to just like get a head start on some of that advanced homework from all those classes you're taking. Like
Yep.
most classes, the first day is like, let's go over the syllabus. But when you're in all the like AP, IB advanced classes,
Mhm.
you're going to get homework on the first day of school, which is really unfortunate. But
Yep.
if you're in all those classes, is Lee in those classes because he likes all of those classes? Like, do you think you're like, yeah, ready to get a head start in the year? Or do you think you're like, oh, I know I'm going to get so much homework and I hate it?
Yeah, he hates it. So I'd say a big part of it is like he's hoping that doing this will give him the
Mm.
opportunity to do what he wants when it comes to like getting into college and then choosing something that he wants to
Mhm.
do. But it's very much like, oh, I have to work so hard now. I have to
Yeah.
grind so much now to be able to do something I want to do later. And so, yeah, it's just a rough time. He's like, I'm not looking forward to any of this. At least it hasn't really got into full gear yet, but it's dread.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't be too bad the first day, but you do know, like, most of you shouldn't have too much homework, except for you. Um, so what we're gonna do as you go through your school day, it's pretty much just school. It's a Monday at school. Everyone's really excited to see each other, greeting each other. Oh my gosh, how was your summer? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you. What have you been up to? I heard this, I heard that. Lots of very excited talk and excited, chatter back and forth. But really, nothing of note is going to happen. It's a school day. It's a normal school day. But in our, again, something in Emergent that we always like to ask when, even during the course of a normal school day is, does anyone have a scene? Does anyone have something that they would like to do? Someone they'd like to talk to? Someone they'd like to interact with? Or just something they'd like to kind of make known, like, hey, during the school day, I try really hard to do this. I make sure to do that. So, does anyone have a scene for any time during the school day?
Anytime during the school day.
Not so much a scene, but as we like pulled in and were parking, I, not wearing Mark's letter jacket, just walked past their vehicle and like dropped it on the hood of their vehicle and kept walking.
Okay.
In full view of everyone walking
yeah.
into the school.
I was
that
gonna say,
morning.
so many people saw that, and some of them are like, yes, girl, like drop him. Like some of them are like kind of like cheering you on. Some of them are like, ooh, like like that burns. Like someone probably like recorded you, like like records you walking away. It's gonna be on Facebook. It's gonna be on Facebook later. That you like dropped his jacket on the hood of the vehicle.
Yep. I also to add to that, I think once everyone's like in class because it's halfway through first period by the time I get to the school, I noticed that like his car is in like that preem spot right at the front, and I have like that like, no, that's my spot. Okay, and I parked my motorcycle next to it. Is it like a convertible? Is like the top down? I'm imagining like the
I feel like
douchey
he 100%
jock
would drive
convertible.
one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop in that, and if I can, I'll hotwire his car just to move it out of the spot down the parking lot so I can put my bike there.
Okay. I'm gonna have you go ahead and you're gonna make a check for that. Let's see. I'm gonna hotwire the car. I'm gonna say science.
Science? Can it be perhaps a streetwise?
That works too, because I know you have better streetwise.
Because I have better streetwise, and also I have my handywoman expertise.
That's true, you do.
And I would have
You
fixed my
do.
bike up, so I would have known something about how to hotwire a car.
You would. Do you have a specialty that might relate to that? Since that is something
the
from your
handywoman
background.
specifically.
Handywoman? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a for most people your age, hot wiring a car, not something your average 17 or 18-year-old knows how to do, but you do have that as part of your backstory. Again, you worked on your bike yourself. You've done this a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and have you roll. You can roll streetwise a d8, and then because your background, you're going to get that +1 from your specialty.
Okay, gotcha. So I'll be
And
rolling
the way
against.
the +1, yeah, the +1 goes to your stat, because again, you want to roll low, so a +1 to your dice roll would be bad. So
That's
the
4
+1,
degrees of success.
perfect. Almost a crit. 5 degrees of success would be a crit. So basically then it's gonna, it takes you a minute. You're gonna be later to class. I don't know that you particularly care. You're like, yeah, whatever.
No.
But yeah, you get it done. You get in there, you hotwire it, you drive it to, I'm assuming, like the farthest down the street spot you can. Like
It's
he's going
farthest
in
down the street
yeah.
spot. And I think I like reach into one of my like jacket pockets, and there's like, those like my name is stickers that you see everywhere, and I tag his car like on the bumper. And the tag, it's actually just like a artistic like rendition of the profile of like a wolf's head.
Okay.
And then I go on it.
Then you waltz on
yeah.
in, 45 minutes late to your first period class, and yeah. Amazing. You get reprimanded by the teacher for being late, but when don't you? Again, when your alarm is set for the time that school starts, you're pretty used to walking into school late. So anyone else have anything? Again, we're kind of just going to go through the whole school day in terms of anything you want to do, anyone you want to talk to as your school day progresses, or during, you have lunch as well. You have, a little break in the morning. Anything that you guys want to do? And it's definitely the talk of the school that Veronica has broken up. People are assuming that, you didn't like say that, but that's the very heavily implied. Has broken up with Mark. So that's like all by lunch. That's all over the school. Everybody knows. He gives you see him too, and he gives you like a dirty look in the hall. He gives you like a glare. He doesn't know about the car yet, but he knows that you like gave him the jacket back because he saw the video, and he's like not happy about it.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I believe
Was the jacket in the car?
Yes, yeah.
It was on like
on
the hood.
Oh, yeah, I would have put it in the passenger seat or something so it didn't fall off while I moved it. And then I would have put a cig out in it. It has a fresh new burn in it.
Oh, snap.
Can't stand that guy.
Damn.
What's his name? Matt?
Mark, yeah.
You just call him Matt the whole time.
No, I
Speaking of
couldn't do
Matt,
that.
Matt, I think that you said, was there something Lee wanted to do?
Just catching strays here.
I'm so sorry.
Uh,
I'm bad with names.
You're good. I mean, I do imagine like Lee having to take like a bunch of these advanced classes. There's one point, probably like class 2, where like absorbing trying to remember as many names as he can, because I don't know, I feel like he tends to lean on a lot of people for help.
Okay.
Because he tends to fall asleep in class.
Yeah.
And so he needs to get notes, but at some point, like, it's like the strain on his brain is too much, and he inevitably falls asleep. And look, I'm drawing on my own personal experience of it. It always happens right when the teacher is like, hey, Lee, why don't you tell us your thoughts on this thing? And then that's when Lee's just like, yeah, I think that's very deep. It's that's exactly what I was thinking too. And it had nothing to do with what the teacher was asking.
Yeah. Yeah, you were asked to like give the definition of like some, deeply scientific word that I'm not gonna come up with, and you're just like very deep, and the teacher like looks at you like, no, can you tell me? And like repeats the question, and you still don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. But you are able to look around and try and memorize the names of people in your class for sure.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay.
I, all I can think is that like Lee and Carm both fall asleep in class and have a reputation to do so.
For
Like
wizards.
everyone has the like, well, it's because Lee is like doing so much at school, and Carm is like, I mean, nobody cares. There's gonna be some dropout.
We get to the end of like AP calculus, and I'll just like leave a juice and the notes from that class on Lee's desk as I walk past.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are all definitely aware of each other. It's not a huge high school. You're at the town. I don't think I ever. Yeah, I know I said where you are. You're at Evert Hills, Colorado. So it's just Everett Hills High. Like it's the public high school that everybody goes to. And it's kind of like everyone is vaguely aware of everyone else, even though none of you have really interacted or talked before. I will say, Veronica, as you do that, like, you see Lee, again, you know who he is, kind of, he's also in a lot of AP classes. You've seen him around before. But when you go and you drop off the notes and the juice on his desk, there's like a second, like a glimpse where he just seems and feels really, really familiar, but you can't place it. And you're just like, like, I know you. And eventually you kind of shrug it off. You're like, well, it's from all the like, we have tons of classes together. I'm sure we're going to be in another class together today. And you're kind of just, like, okay, I guess that's what it's from. Yeah. And then, you walk off, head off to whatever's next. There's not a ton of time in between classes. You might have to like rush a little bit to get where you're going. Anyone else have anything they want to do during the school day?
I think there is a small moment where Carm will find Ruby because they have the same like first period class or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I missed the first little bit of class. My alarm didn't go off. Could I grab notes from you? Did I miss anything?
She's kind of surprised that you, just because the height difference is so like she has to look up at you.
I don't think I said it, but Carm is like 6'3" and like lanky. Yeah, it's like Skinwalker type proportions.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little bit like, oh, that kid needs to like eat something or do like grow into the height.
Yeah, so I think you scare him for a second, just walking up because a foot and 3 inches is a big difference. But she's like, yeah, you mean you didn't miss much, but she kind of hands you a notebook that's written in like glitter gel pen.
No, that is so pretty and easy to read.
But it's the darker colors. It's not like bright.
Okay.
It's not like highlighter yellow. It's like a glittery blue or purple.
Okay, never mind. That is very pleasant. Yeah, okay. So it's just intro stuff. Gotcha.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
And everything's like color coded. Like she has like little sticky notes like marking the different subjects and stuff.
You are, if nothing else, super organized. Okay. I'm glad that
some part of my life has to be, so.
Hey, at least some part of your life is. Keep it that way. Stay in school, kid. gives you your notes back and then wanders off to the next period.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, you have these little interactions with each other throughout the day. And again, these kind of glimmers of, again, you're not quite sure why you approached Ruby, but like they just felt familiar and they felt like a good person to talk to. And clearly he was, because you got some like pristine, glittery, sparkly notes out of that interaction. But eventually you guys come to the last class of the day, finally, at the end of a long first day of school. By the last class, it's the same thing. again that you've heard. It's the same introduction, it's the same speech, it's the same spiel. Welcome to class. Here's the syllabus. You're like, we know all of this. We've heard it 7 times today. But you all, interestingly enough, you find that you are all in the same class for your last class of the day. It is environmental science. The teacher introduces himself as Mr. Anderson. He is a younger teacher. In fact, you might be aware that he's actually new at the school. This is his first year teaching. And he looks at his notes are not quite in place. They're a little bit scattered. His desk is not all the way set up. And he's trying so hard to be that cool teacher because he just graduated like college, so he's not that much older than you. So he's
Right.
trying really hard to be that like cool, relatable, like, I'm not going to give you that much homework. And this is your environmental science class, so we're going to get outside and we're going to, get out in nature and do like fun projects. And he's really into it, like a little bit too into it for this crowd. Environmental science is one of those classes that, some of you are taking it because you love nature. Ruby, you're in the gardening club. You're like, a class dedicated to plants? Please, this is like another elective class. Some of you are in it because it's like an easy science class, which could be one of two things. Like, it could be, your academic advisor looked at your schedule and was like, you're taking so many AP classes. Please take one easy course so you don't, burn out and crash. So you got like, okay, I'll take the easy class, but it will still look good in college because it's like, look, I took an additional extra science class that I didn't need to take. And for some of you, it's just like, nope, this is my science class. This one here, I'm not taking AP chemistry. I'm taking environmental science. And so, yeah, you all, you're pointing at yourself. Yeah, you all know who you are.
Look, I'm here because at the end of semester, there's a field trip out to like the cabin for a week to go do like surveying, whatever that is.
Yeah. So he is really emphasizing too, like the teacher is really emphasizing this is going to be a like experiential, we're going to get out in nature. Sometimes in the middle of class we're just going to like go out to the school garden. So he's really heavily hardcore like leaning into this. And in fact, you guys are going to get to be in groups in this class, project groups, which again he's super excited about, and every student is just like,
Excellent.
groups. Except
No,
for
I'm
those
so
ones
here
who are
for
like,
groups.
who don't do any of the work, who are like, yeah, groups. And you're gonna be in groups, and you're gonna stick with your groups the whole semester, which again for some of you is like, oh no. And your groups are going to be the people that you go around and do different projects and stuff with. And your first project is going to be the first week of school. You guys have a project where you're all going to be randomly assigned a different local plant species that's local to Evert Hills. And you have to go out into nature and collect a sample of this plant, and then you have to write a report about it. It's not long or complicated. It's just kind of like a basic write-up. But it's still homework on the first day of class, which isn't great. But your homework is basically like, get outside and take a hike until you identify this plant correctly. And the teacher goes around and is reading off all of these names. Okay, you're in a group with this person, and then there's this person and this person. And eventually, there's no one left in the class but the 4 of you. And he reads off, Lee, Ruby, Veronica, and Carmilla are going to be our last group. And puts you guys, you get to like rearrange your tables into the little like quad shape thing, and puts you guys all together to give you a moment to introduce yourself to your group.
This is perfect. In this moment, like I imagine that like Lee has been thinking about like because Veronica helped him out. He's been thinking like, oh, when am I gonna get to like run into her again? And it's like, is there gonna be like a little gap, or am I gonna have to catch her right before we head out? But Lee is gonna like as we convene, kind of tap Veronica on the shoulder and say, hey, thanks again for the juice and the notes.
Oh, of course. I always have extra snacks in my bag, so like if you ever need anything, just let me know.
Oh yeah, I wanted to return the favor, and I'm gonna quick flashback. I imagine that like when he was thinking of, getting something back for her, he was at the vending machines, just like pouring over all the little like candies and treats and stuff. And then that same familiar feeling that you had mentioned before
Mhm.
of like, there's something and then his eyes just keep going back to the Welch's fruit snacks. It's like this just feels like it'd be right. And then we go back to the present and he hands over the little bag of fruit snacks and says, "Hey, I just appreciate it. Here, this is I didn't know if you like this, but it just felt like you might."
These are my favorites. Have you tried the grape ones?
Oh,
The grape ones are the best.
I'm partial to the lemon.
I also like the
Those are
lemon.
pretty good. I hate the peach ones. Can't stand them.
Well, you can have mine.
Peach are my favorite.
I love the peach ones. I just
Well-
love fruit.
That's fair. Fruit's pretty good. Anyway, hi, Carm. I'm sure you've all at least seen me around. Good. I'm excited to be in a group with Yell. And hey, Veronica, congrats on dumping that asshole again. What is that? 6, 7 now? How many times?
It's only the 5th. Thank you. This
Oh.
summer.
Only
This summer.
5th.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I just try not to cause any damage to guardrails next time. I had to fix that last time. How'd that even happen? Like up at Lover's Point, you guys like drove your car into the guardrails, right? That was you guys, right? I had to go
What?
fix that.
Hey, that was all circumstantial. They could not prove who was or was not there that night. Thank you very much.
Fair enough. You know what? I'll leave the scrapes on the front of
He's a bad
Mitchell's car
driver.
out of this. Yeah, obviously. He can't even park right. Come on.
Oh no. Like a part of her intrinsically knows you've done something and she's just like, right on.
Anyway, what are we supposed to be doing?
I think we're just introducing ourselves right now. I'm Lee. I'm in a lot of advanced placement classes, and I was hoping this was going to be easy, so I'm hoping it'll be easy. But I'll do my best for us in whatever way you need me to.
We love a team player. Hell yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I forgot your name. We talked earlier today, though.
Yeah, I'm Ruby. It. Yeah. Just think of the gemstone, and they kind of gesture to their red hair, or
Perfect.
I'm taking this class because I want to, because I'm also part of the gardening club, and I love plants and flowers and identifying plants. It's a good time. Yeah.
So this first assignment will be easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And I want you to know it.
Talk to some plants.
Talk to some plants. Because Ruby is color coded everything. Their notebook and the folder are like different shades of green, and even the pen is a dark glittery green.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, everything matching. And in fact, as you guys are talking, the teacher, Mr. Anderson, he comes around and hands you guys your assignment. Again, everyone like randomly gets assigned a plant. And I'm going to say, Ruby, because you are here and you're in the gardening club, you see it and you instantly recognize the plant. Like, you know plants. I think you even have a specialty that's just plants.
Yeah.
So you see it and you know that the plant you guys have been assigned, it's random selection. You guys didn't get the easiest one. The plant you guys got like grows up in the mountains. You guys might have to go on like a little bit of a hike after school if you want to go and find your sample. But you do know that, again, you all have a brief after school activity, but other than that, your schedules after school today are entirely free. And as part of Emergent, you do get homework assignments, and normally your homework is just like a roll of a dice. Yeah, you thought this was a horror game because there's monsters? No, it's a horror game because there's scheduling and homework. I tricked you. So yeah, normally your homework would just be a dice roll or a sequence worth of your time. But this is kind of an extra special fun assignment where your sequence of time is hiking up in the woods. But again, you do have 2 free sequences actually after school today. So should be plenty of time to get it done before it gets too dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy
Yeah.
peasy.
Yeah. And with that, we're going to go to the end of the school day and also to our break. We're going to go ahead and take 5-7 minutes of break time, and we will be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are picking back up with our game of Emergent, Dawn of the Next Generation. We left off with everyone in class, finishing up the last class of their first day of their senior year of high school. Again, I already mentioned earlier that at the end of the day, and you guys all know from your scheduled activities, that you have your sort of first meetings for your clubs, except for Lee, who just has to do homework. But basically for now, what I'm going to have you guys do is just, you go to your club meetings. They're all relatively similar. Again, you're like making flyers and you're talking about what you're going to do, how you're going to recruit new people. You're not really doing a whole lot in the clubs yet because it's just like the initial meeting. And then Lee, you have a very boring time doing your AP homework. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of narratively skip us forward through the next sequence of time onto our next sequence of time, where you guys are all going to meet up and get started on your environmental science homework together, it sounds like. I mean, technically, you don't have to. You don't have to do your homework ever. You just take stress when you don't do your homework, which is a mechanic in this game as well. So, does everyone want to meet up and do their homework, get their homework done with for the day? Or, I mean, maybe want to is the wrong word, but...
I mean, look, I don't got to work tonight. I might as well get a head start.
Mhm.
And I've got people at my disposal.
Yeah. And you do know that you need to work tomorrow, Carm, so it's like...
yeah. Gotta get it done.
Gotta get it done.
I will say Ruby goes home first to
Okay.
change into more
Okay.
appropriate
Mhm.
mountain. Like
Nice.
hiking
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah.
Straight from cheer practice, just ready to go on a hike.
I think Carm like reaches into like her backpack and pulls out those like spiked attachments for the bottom of your shoes.
Sick.
Like it's average like protective wear in like a hazardous job site. Like, you usually keep them for the winter when it's icy, but like she slips them over her steel-toed docks and is ready to hike.
Ready. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, how do you guys want to do this? Do you want to meet at the hiking trail? Do you guys want to carpool and take one person's car? I'm assuming because you're all on a group project, you guys want to exchange phone numbers, get like a group text. You all have, you got your phones. I think depending on the year, if they're iPhones, they're like very early, or like any kind of smartphone, they're like very early year, before there were 17 of them. Because we're years back. But yeah, you're all old enough, you have your phones, you can have a group chat going on.
Mm.
Okay.
I mean, whatever
Communicate
works.
just in emojis, like hiking boot, a little mountain, some trees.
Carm texts like the way our parents text. It's like one word responses. There's like ellipses on things that like give you anxiety, but like not for any good reason.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so yeah, how are you guys gonna plan? Again, like, do you want to meet there? Do you want to all drive together in one person's car?
Okay, I have a Jeep if we're going out to the trailhead. It's like a little
I
two-door Jeep, but there's the seats in the back that probably are mostly safe. Like fold up out of the floor.
uh-huh. No, Ruby will be the first to be like, I don't
Shotgun.
drive, so I will need a ride.
Yeah, I'd love to carpool. And Lee is just thinking like, okay, I get to save on gas money. Fantastic.
It's Karn's thought as well. He just does not like acknowledge
Not a
it.
thought in her head at all.
He's like, yeah.
She's the person that's like it's almost till E.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
She has to like keep us like a small container of extra gas in her backpack because the amount of times that she forgets to fill up when she should.
Triple A's for.
You think she can afford AAA? The motorcycle's barely insured.
Okay, so it sounds like Veronica, you're the volunteer driver,
Yes.
and everyone is very on board with that. How does everyone in this group? How do you feel about hiking? What is your feel and thought about being out in the woods?
Love
Yes.
Good. Love the woods.
And then Lee's just like,
Workout in
Quiet.
elevation?
Now,
Quiet.
Matt, you made a face.
No people around. And I'm not walking down a street where I'm going, shit, I gotta fix that eventually. And shit, I'm gonna have to fix that eventually. And that's a work assignment in 2 months. Like,
Lee is
do
not
wanna
built
say-
for hiking.
No,
Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. No, I do want to say that, like, despite their size, Ruby is, from the waist down, is all muscle. They hike regularly.
Just
It's
like day every day.
Yep.
Like day
basically.
every day, yeah.
Respect.
Okay. And so then that's great actually if you hike regularly too, because you probably will wind up being the group's de facto guide. For one, you know about plants, and for two, you know the hiking trails. So it sounds like everyone is at least semi-enthusiastic about hiking, except for Lee, who's
Yep.
like, I guess if I have to. It is unfortunately like because your teacher really wants you all getting outside and getting fresh air and getting into nature. It's not like in order to get around having people be like, oh, we sent one person to go get the sample and one person did all the work. You do have to take a picture of yourselves with the plant like still in the ground to prove that you all went together on the assignments. Like that's part of the homework as well is you can't get away with just sending one member of the group. You all have to go together because participation and you're getting outside and it's healthy and good for you. And honestly, it is probably better than sitting around doing AP chemistry homework. So,
Yeah,
it's a trade-off. It's maybe. Does anyone? I mean, again, you're gonna go hiking up into the woods. It's a nice day. It's still overcast and sunny. So it's it's warm, it's decent weather. Does anyone have anything, again, have a scene for this moment? Anything they want to do, say, way they're interacting? It's not a long hike, but it's also not a short hike, if that makes sense. Like you do have to go a little ways before you're gonna find where this plant grows.
I will say, I think Ruby turns into like a parent for just a second, just to make sure everyone is wearing like long pants, because we are in the woods. There are ticks and insects and things like that, and brings like bug spray and water and snacks and like trail mix and stuff like that.
I mean, I've already got like a first aid kit on hand. I just carry it around.
Nice.
So we're good on that end. They don't need anything else?
I don't think so. I think we should be
Giant
good.
hydro jug to hike with that she carries around all day.
Perfect.
Okay. Sounds like you guys are ready to go up into the woods. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys start hiking. I'm not gonna ask you guys to like small talk your way through 45 minutes of hiking, but what I am gonna ask is, this is a new group of people you've never met or interacted before. Wink, wink. How, on a scale of like comfortable to awkward, how does everyone think they feel in this group of people?
Carm does not know the like statement for awkward. It's not something that exists in Carm's brain. Carm is always at like 10 out of 10 chilled out comfort. So much so that like we're just walking around like doing this hike and she's like got a smoke out and she's like offering it to Veronica. Like, like, do you want it? It's rude for me not to offer.
No, I am in peak physical condition. I do not smoke. Also, we're in a forest. You're gonna start a forest fire.
It's lush enough.
No,
Plus,
only you.
it'll rain soon.
Forest fires. One of the stickers on my hydro jug is like Smokey the Bear standing like cross-armed.
Fine. And she'll like put the smoke out on the back of her hand and like tuck it into her jacket pocket.
Here, have this instead. Gives you like a dum-dum.
Good enough.
I'd say, like at some point, if it feels like we're we've got like a relative straight shot of walking and hiking, Lee is probably going to take out the notes that Veronica gave him and be like reading over them, maybe to the point of like zoning in so much that there will be parts where you might step over a log and he doesn't see it at all and just trips
Yeah.
over.
Hey, I think there's a moment where you're doing that and Carm does get you by like the back of the collar. It like keeps you from like falling or like stepping into like a small stream.
Oh, thanks.
You gotta watch where you're going. It's one thing to be part of like the dream team, which is to say you and me are the dream team because we spend a lot of time sleeping in class.
Yeah.
But like you can't be doing it when we're on the move.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up and just show off the notes.
Yeah. I mean, nice notes won't do you any good if you drop them in the water. So eyes up.
Good point. Good point. Thanks.
Skipping next to Ruby. Oh, but what's that tree?
And immediately that, oh god, hold on. I'm Pacific
Pulls
Northwest.
up a
Will it
list
be
of
in Colorado?
trees.
Yeah. Oh god. Literally, no, this is my husband's area of expertise actually. But yes, just immediately starts like identifying every plant you're pointing at.
Amazing. I'm picking up little rocks as we go and putting them in one of the extra pockets.
Amazing. Yeah, well, you guys make it. It takes, again, a little while. Like, it takes, an hour-ish to make it up to where you're going before Ruby, you're like, okay, we've reached the point where, start to be on the lookout. This plant is going to grow. And thankfully, I'm not even going to make you roll again. Plants. You are specialized in plants. You can find, once you reach the area where it grows in the right altitude, you can find what you're looking for pretty easily. You grab your selfie together, you grab your sample. But interestingly enough, kind of right as you guys start to do that, you notice, and it's very acute because it has been sunny and nice all day, the sun is gone. And it's like darker than it should be here all of a sudden, which is interesting. Like it's not that late, You finished school, then you had some meetings and stuff that you did, and you went home, and you've been hiking for a while, so it's probably like 5 p.m., like maybe getting to when you should be home for dinner, but it's not nighttime for sure. But it's dark, which is not great. And I'm gonna go ahead and have Ruby, since you are our navigator, you know the area. Why don't you go ahead and you're going to give me just a perception check, like just kind of looking around, taking in where you are, taking in the area, kind of seeing if you can maybe identify, where you are, anything about the area you are, how high up you've gotten, just to kind of
Okay.
see if you can tell what's going on. A D8 perception check
D8.
for me.
Okay, where is it? There it is.
D8 is our moderate average difficulty, so most things are going to be D8.
All right, that is just meets it.
Okay. You are pretty sure, again, you've hiked this area before. You're not positive, but you think to like the point you've gotten that there's a shortcut that should lead you back down to the parking lot. It's steeper than the way you came. Like you guys took the like nicer hike to get here, but also the longer hike to get here. There should be a more direct route. Again, a little bit harder hike, but it should get you back to the car pretty fast. Because now it does look like the weather is kind of taking a turn. It's getting cloudier. The clouds look darker. Does anyone have a flashlight, do you think, in their backpack? I mean, you have your phones, because it looks like you might need light here pretty soon.
I think Carm probably has one of those like construction like headlights.
Yeah, Ruby's gonna, after we get all our stuff situated, I know a shortcut we can get back because it's starting to get real dark real fast.
It's too early though, isn't it?
Yeah, which is weird.
Because daylight savings happens in the not now.
We haven't found the plant yet. I don't want to come out here again.
No, you did. You guys found it.
We
You're
did.
good.
Oh,
You're
okay.
good. Yeah.
I have a really cute selfie of all of us.
Yeah.
Great.
I made everyone adjust multiple times.
Yeah, no, you guys are good. You did
Okay.
your assignment. Sorry if I said that too quickly. You guys are good. You got your work. Now you just getting dark.
Okay, let's go then.
Yeah, very eager now. Like you're like, okay,
Yeah.
done. Let's get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, the quicker the better.
Heck yeah. All right, then it sounds like you guys are going to head down the mountain. Group consensus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, once
Yeah.
again, yeah, you don't need to roll anything. You're just hiking, you're walking, you're heading down. And as you start heading down the mountain, you walk for maybe 20-ish minutes, not that far. You're up pretty steep downhill. And all of a sudden, you guys get the very subtle at first, it's not strong, but just this sort of subtle, definitely noticeable, distinct, really bad smell. It's like kind of metallic-y, kind of like rotten-y. And Ruby, again, especially you hike before, your like first thought is like dead animal, like something died around here.
Mm-hmm.
And we might be about to like walk into it. You're coming to a point where the trail curves. So you're about to like go around a curve on the trail. And you're like, we might run into like a dead deer on the trail when we turn the corner.
Yeah. Hey, no one's scared of like dead animals, right?
No,
Scared? No. Repulsed? Yes.
I mean
fair.
we all made it through like what was it, grade 11 science?
Anatomy?
Like we all did the rat
Yeah.
dissection
Yeah.
to varying degrees of comfort and success.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think we're about to run into something.
That's not good. Like natural, or should we like get some high vis out because somebody might be? I mean, this isn't a hunting zone, right?
It shouldn't be. It's not the season for it.
Mm.
I think I'm just gonna cautiously move forward and just like try to peek around the corner of the path.
As soon as you peek around the corner of the path, you don't see what you were expecting. You were expecting dead animal carcass. Instead, what you see pretty much right in the center of the path is a pile of bones with no flesh or meat still attached to them. They are sitting on top of like what looks like in the dirt there is dark red dried blood that is soaked into the dirt below, and some of the bones look like they have been broken into pieces. Some of them look like they've been kind of crushed. But the thing that you see that is the most noticeable is kind of on top of the pile is a broken and fractured human-looking skull.
Human looking.
I imagine
Humanoid,
you've
yeah.
never seen a human skull before outside of like pictures or textbooks, and you're not quite close. Like you could go up and examine it and maybe learn more, but from a distance, it certainly looks more human than animal, from what you would guess.
Okay. And that's what he's saying to himself as he's looking around the corner, and then just like the light has left his eyes as he walks back to the group, like trying not to freak out.
So, what'd you find?
Bones.
Yo, no way, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't think they're the kind you want to see in the woods.
Chicken bones, then.
You know, no.
Not chicken. Ribs? Are they ribs?
It's a pile of a lot of bones, crushed, broken, and a skull.
L- Like a deer or...
And she just kind of points.
Yeah, that's where the skull is.
Is it? Did someone leave like their Halloween stuff out?
I don't think Halloween stuff smells like that.
It's just a pile of bones.
Uh-huh.
An animal's not just gonna like kill a person and leave a pile of bones. It's a
Yeah, come
prank, and
on.
I'll like go like around the corner to look too.
Yeah, I'll go with Veronica. Like, I don't believe this.
Yeah.
I've seen this play.
You turn the corner and you get, again, the smell now is a lot stronger, and you see exactly what Ruby described to you. There is a pile of bones in the middle of the trail.
Huh. Oh, well.
Like backs up. Why are they just? No one dies like that.
It is fairly, like, cohesive. That's...
That's not a bird.
Do you still
Do
think
we
it
need
has
to-
all its teeth?
I'm not. I turn and I walk away from Carmela.
I mean,
Do we need to call like someone to come in? I don't know. Is there like a park ranger?
I think so.
Looks, there's no signal on the phone. It's like shit.
Yeah, you are too high in the forest for there to be signal.
Ooh. I'll go
So
back and
how
I'll take
about...
a picture and add it to the camera roll of the game.
That's good. That's good. You know what? I think that will get us an A on this assignment.
No, it's for the park ranger.
That's the funniest looking plant I've ever seen.
Are you
So-
okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
That is not a plant.
It's called a joke.
It wasn't funny.
Is not
Oh.
really the time to joke. Because I think that's a person. It used to be a person.
Lee, you've seen bones. Are these real?
You've seen bones.
I mean,
She's like trying not to cry right now.
You've probably seen like people with broken bones before, and you do
Yeah.
volunteer at the hospital. I don't think you've like seen
Yeah.
bones like this before.
um,
Um,
I think in this moment, Lee is, I mean, having volunteered at the hospital, he's probably seen like what some of the nurses will tell people who come in to comfort them, to keep them from going into shock. And Lee is more so focused on making sure Veronica is okay. And is like, no, it's I'm sure it's a prank of some kind. It's probably just a practical joke. And then he's gonna turn to Ruby and say, is there a faster way down?
This
And
was the faster way.
just a way around. I don't know about this.
Maybe if we just continue on and pretend like it's not there, it won't hurt us. And we can get down to town, we can call the park ranger, wipe our hands of this, and go about our lives. Sound
how,
good?
Yeah,
Team?
how wide is the path? Like,
it's wide enough that you could like step. You might have to like kind of like step in the bushes a little bit, but you could like step around and circumvent this without needing to step through it.
Are we going to be good to
It's-
step around?
Yeah, it's a little gross.
Good.
You're gonna get closer. It's gonna smell bad, but it's doable.
Are you gonna be okay going around this, Veronica?
I mean, like you said, it's just a prank. It's not real.
Yeah, exactly.
While they're doing that, I'm going to walk up to the pile of bones and I'll take my jacket off and lay it outside part down over the remains so that people don't have to look at it as much, because it seems to really be freaking people out.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else anyone wants to do while we're kind of paused here for a second, or are we just going around as quickly as possible?
Does it look like other people have been? And like, if this is a prank, right?
Go ahead and roll me a D8 perception check.
Okay.
I will say someone can assist you on this as well if someone wants to help out, or if other people just want to make their own perception checks. Does anyone want to?
perception.
No perception for
3
me.
degrees of failure.
Oh no.
I just
Maybe
a little
someone
too
else makes the
freaked out.
perception check.
You know
Yeah,
what? I'll try. It was a D8.
yeah.
D8, yeah.
I think, is Ruby gonna
Well,
look
I'm-
around?
Yeah,
Okay.
I also got failure.
No. No.
There's where everybody fails. Okay.
Yep.
That's 4 degrees of failure.
Oh
I got 3
no.
degrees of failure.
You look around and you definitely don't see any footprints. You definitely don't see any proof that anyone else was here. You just see bones. That's it. There's nothing else here that you can tell.
Damn.
Unless Lee, do you want to give our last try at a perception
No,
check, or
look,
did you also
Lee-
fail? No,
Lee's
no.
Lee's
Get nothing.
committing to the practical joke story.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
but
You
he
don't
is
want to
gonna
look. Yeah.
right. He's gonna like maybe with where the bushes are. He's probably gonna like try to push some of the branches out of the way just to make it easier for everyone to have as wide a berth as possible.
Okay, perfect. So you guys, some of you try to look around, but you don't see anything. It's just this pile of bones in the middle of the path. And then Lee, you bend down and kind of push the bushes away, make a path, and everyone gets around, gives the pile a wide berth. Carm is covering it. You're able to get past. I actually am, though. Matt, I'm going to ask you to make a perception check as you're
All
bending
right.
down in the bushes.
All right. Is it a D8?
You're actually gonna make a D6 for me. I'm gonna make it
Okay.
easier for you.
I also failed.
Ah,
Okay, you see nothing. There's nothing here. You guys it's a pile of bones. It's a prank. It's nothing happened.
It's just a
Nothing strange
joke.
is going on. It's fine. There's nothing here. And you guys head down. And
I
nothing
grab my
else
jacket.
happens. Yeah, you grab your jacket back, of course, of course. Nothing else really happens the rest of the way down. You don't smell anything else weird. You don't see anything else weird. But it is getting darker and darker.
Mm-mm.
And like as you get to the point where you think you would be getting cell service back and you're like, we can call the park rangers and let them know what we just saw. It starts getting really windy and it starts raining. And you all start getting very wet, as I'm assuming you make a last like dash running to get to the car, the Jeep that is parked in the parking lot.
Mhm.
Does the Jeep
And-
have the roof on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Left that one a chance. Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Okay. Yes, the Jeep has the roof on it. You can all get inside and be dry. So you rush down, you run, you get inside the Jeep. And by the time you get inside the Jeep to check the cell service here, you should have cell service now. But it looks like maybe the storm has knocked it out.
Great.
Are you kidding me? How do we not have cell service?
Wind.
It is
Okay.
very windy. Yeah.
Wind doesn't interrupt. Okay.
Maybe
sure.
it's part of the practical joke. The people who set up the bones also did like a EMP thing or something.
I feel like that's a stretch.
I
So
Lee,
fun.
I
to
think-
prank 4 high schoolers.
Do we just drive to the park ranger station?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good call.
Like pulls out a map of the the parkour and is like, okay, yeah, we can make it there.
Okay. Yeah, there's really, from where you are, there's really kind of like one path that you can take. Like it starts leading you back toward town. And basically it's a straight road that goes toward town. But at some point there will be a right that you can veer off to
Mhm.
take. And when you veer off to take that right, like that's how you get to the park ranger station. So you go ahead, you get in your car, you start driving. As you start driving, you very quickly realize and see there's, along the side of the road, for now you're kind of just in nature. There's trees, there's plants, but there's also, there's the towers, towers with wires, connecting internet and phone lines and everything like that. And one of them is down, completely been blown over, knocked over really easily, which is kind of weird. But you're like, I guess that's what's disrupting our service. Like something is out, something is down.
See,
You
told
keep
you. Wind.
wind.
Okay.
You keep driving along this path. You're kind of getting out of the woods and getting back into town. Veronica, it's your car. You're driving.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have you give me a perception check, please.
Yeah, perception.
D8. Yeah.
My strong
Your
skill.
strength. Yeah, D8.
That's an 8.
Okay.
I have a 2.
Thankfully, there's no crit failure in this game, so you don't crit fail.
Whew.
With that,
Thank God.
however, it is going to make your next roll harder because I need you to roll me a D10 operation check for driving the car. Because what you catch at the very last second, through the darkness and the wind and the rain, is a figure in front of your car that looks like a person that you are about to hit.
Both feet on the brake. This will be fine. So what am I rolling?
Operation, which is the skill you roll for driving your car.
Okay, yep. Exactly a success.
Okay, meets. So
Nice.
meets it, beats it. So you roll, and just at the last second, you see this person out of the corner of your eye slam on the brake, turn the wheel really hard. The car actually goes off of the road and like into the grass off the side of the road. The car's not going to be damaged. It's just like you go into lawn, basically,
Mhm.
but you don't hit the person that you almost just ran into.
There's a person
It's good.
Like,
You
both feet
didn't
on the
hit him.
brake, still just like white knuckling.
Are you okay?
Didn't hit him. You're good.
Everyone else good?
And yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Puts it in park.
that's what seatbelts are for.
Yeah.
And everyone was wearing their seatbelt.
No.
Yep.
Everyone was wearing their seatbelt.
Safety first.
Safety first. Okay, you didn't hit him. Everything's good. Now you're gonna put the car in park. Okay, just real simple, and take your foot off the brake pedal. There you go. Okay. You're
You
good.
look outside, and there is just a figure standing in the rain in the middle of the road.
Part of the prank, right?
I'm gonna swing my door open, get out of the car, and
It's a
like,
two-door.
flag him down.
You have to crawl out past me. Oh no, you're in the
Oh,
front.
no,
never mind.
I'm in the front. I'm in shotgun. I called shotgun.
Shotgun, yeah.
Look, my long legs will not fit in the back seat of a Jeep. I have to sit in the front. Otherwise, it's really just spaghetti in the back seat. So I swing out and hey, are you okay? You good?
The person takes a couple of steps closer to you, and you see now a white man with reddish hair. He has a tattoo running down his neck, and it looks like you can see part of it on his arm. Not someone that you recognize, not someone that you've ever seen before. And he just kind of starts taking a couple of steps closer to you, but he's not answering. Can you roll me a perception check?
Yeah, what
D8. 8, yeah.
D8 of perception. I failed by 1.
Okay. You don't really notice anything, but the one thing that stands out to you that would be almost impossible to notice as he takes another step forward is that his eyes are completely blank.
Like there's no iris or anything?
No, there's just no life to them. Like there's
Okay.
eyes, but they just look dead.
Hey. Anyone home? Bud.
He's just stepping closer and closer towards you.
Carm, get back in the car.
Yeah, I think Ruby will start to be like,
I mean, he's okay. He seems a little out of it though.
And you're standing in the pouring rain, and he takes another step closer to you.
I'm gonna put my motorcycle helmet on.
Oh, nice.
Grab it out of your bag really quickly.
Yeah, it's like buckled to the side, so it's just like a.
Amazing.
I don't buckle it up; it's just on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, hey, bud, you're really being concerning. Like you're freaking us out.
He takes another step close enough now that he could almost reach out and touch you. Still like arm's length
Yeah.
away from you. Everyone else in the car looks out and watches and sees as he reaches his hands up to his head, grabs on into the skin of his skull and pulls the skin of his skull back and pulls his skin off of his body, and inside you see a black tar-like substance looking thing. There's nothing, it's just the skin falls to the side and falls lifelessly on the ground, and in its place this tar just kind of grows up out, getting much bigger and much larger, towering Carm even over you. And then it smiles at you with dozens and dozens of mouths that open all over the surface of this creature. It has no eyes, it has no face, it just has mouths with rows and rows that seem to be never ending of jagged teeth. And all of them are smiling at you, and none of them are fully still. They're all moving kind of constantly in motion across the surface of this thing. And I am going to need you all to roll me fear. And if you
Which
fail, I'm going to
is
need you to roll me shock. Fear is
focus,
rolling against your
correct?
focus. Yes.
Dice size?
D8. Everything you roll against this monster will be a D8.
Oh, I succeeded by 3.
Okay. And degrees of success do matter. This is our second fear roll of the night. So do give me degrees.
I just need it.
2.
2 degrees.
Okay.
2 degrees.
2 degrees. Okay.
And 0 on Ruby.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. Ruby, you are the only one who does not pass this. You needed 2 degrees or more, so the rest of you are fine. Can you go ahead and roll me your shock table, so D6?
Yeah. D6.
And then, tell me what you're afraid of.
That is a 6.
Okay. That is the worst one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No!
You are petrified. You are frozen in fear for 30 seconds and cannot take any actions during that time. A friend can make an assertion roll as an action at the difficulty class of the monster, so D8, to snap you out of it. But doing so will likely make a noise in this case.
Mm-hmm.
So you are frozen in fear. What do you fear? What is your fear?
The fears she has are thalassophobia and the fear of heights. So, but I feel like looking at this looks like something that lives at the bottom of the ocean, to be fair.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I think we're going to go with that one. And in fact, as you look at it, that image pops into your mind that this looks like something off the bottom of the ocean. And as soon as that thought enters your mind, you see this thing shift. It gets even darker. It gets kind of slimier now, a little bit more so. Again, like something from just the depths of the water. And it's also pouring rain outside, so that just adds to it's just dark and wet, and you just freeze in fear. The rest of you all see this happen. You see the shift, you see something happen, and you see it change. But you manage to hold your composure. You're scared, but not terrified. What would you all like to do in this moment? I am going to say, from a rules perspective, we have this thing called chase mechanics, where you can run away. But if you'd like to try and punch this thing in the surface, it has no face, you're free to do that.
Hit it with your car, just man.
Lovely weather we're having. Veronica, drive!
Get in the car!
I'm gonna turn to just run towards the car.
Turn,
I
run,
start
get in the
running.
car.
I put it in reverse, and I'm just waiting to gun it backwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have you, Carm, since you're kind of the only one running right now. In a little mini chase, go ahead and just give me an athletics check. Let's test your speed here. How fast are you? Yeah.
I meet my number.
Okay. You get into the car, you go to floor it on the gas pedal, and the wheels start to spin on the front because you are stuck in the mud because you ran off the road. I'm gonna have everyone together, I think, give me I think we're going to just go now. We're going to start the chase in earnest with a group athletics check. Normally in a chase, you get options. Right now, your option is get out of the car as quickly as possible. Come and tell you right now, this car is going to stall. So everyone, let's just get some group athletics checks. So some of you are climbing over the back of the car. Some of you are throwing the doors open and trying to get out of here. And the monster is approaching the car slowly. It's not on you yet. And this is a group check. So similar to our group check earlier, half or more of you need to succeed this one.
I
1
meet my
degree
number
of success.
again.
Meet your number.
So I got 2
Okay.
degrees of success.
2 degrees. Okay, only 1 failure. So that is a group success. So
Thank Goodness.
You are entering a chase. I'm assuming everyone's instinct is to run as fast as possible away from this thing. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
it towers over you. To give a really brief explanation of the chase mechanics, I have 2 different dice here, a d6 and a d8. One of these dice is going to represent the distance you are from the monster. Normally, you'd be able to see this, but it's going to be sitting on my desk, so you're not. So I track the distance you are away from the monster. If at any point that distance die gets to 1, the monster catches up to you and attacks you. However, if that die gets to 6, gets to the end, you guys have gotten enough distance that you're away from the monster. I also have a time die, which is keeping track of how long this chase is going to go on before you get to an escape point. So, again, the way that a chase works is there are going to be different obstacles that you guys have that you can try to get around. Normally, you would be able to use superpowers, but you guys aren't there yet. So I'm going to tell you right now, the path directly in front of you, you guys kind of, again, went off the road into the grass. You're actually in the grassy area by an elementary school, a smaller private elementary school. Maybe some of you went here. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you went to the bigger public school. But this is the smaller little elementary school. You could take off just sort of running across the grass toward the school building, or you could try to run across the street and get to the other side of the street, which looks to be more residential type buildings on the other side of the street. Where are we going?
Residential. We can lose it in the backyards. Go.
Yeah.
Residential?
All right.
And I'm pulling the like seat clasp to get the front passenger seat to like pop forward so Ruby and Lee can get out.
Very nice. Okay. Perfect. You all get out again quickly. You run, you make it, you get through, and you start taking off through the rain. It is still dark out here. It is still, the wind is kind of like whipping the rain in your face a little bit. So it's not going to be the easiest to run or get away from here. But first things first, you are still on kind of a straight path as you get into the houses. Go ahead and all give me another athletics check.
2 degrees of success.
Okay.
3 degrees of success again.
I just made it.
Okay. So far, so good. You are gaining distance. The way a chase works is you always technically succeed. What we're rolling for is if you do it faster than your pursuer. So far, so good. You are going faster than the monster is. You make it across the street. And it's all just kind of houses. You can run kind of like trying to, you can try and hop a fence into someone's backyard. Or you can try and just kind of like navigate your way and try and go like in between houses, like try and go in between people's property without having to jump a fence if you feel like you might not be, that might not be your skill set, is jumping fences.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump I'm gonna jump fences. I want to put as many things between me and this monster as possible.
I will say you don't all have to stick together. You can split up. That might, you know what they say about splitting the party. I'll leave that up to you to decide if that's a good decision or not.
It's great to find clues. Come on, we all watch Scooby-Doo. It's also the only way to run from a monster, I'm pretty sure.
I'm like trying to avoid having to hop a fence.
Yeah,
I could probably do it. I don't know about
Lee,
I feel like I have Lee's arm right now, and I'm like pulling Lee with, like, keep up.
I can't. Ooh.
Ruby definitely can't hop fences. Definitely not.
Like, I could lift you
Okay.
guys over.
Is hopping fences a like reflexes thing or?
Hopping fences is climb over it is athletics. The other option of like going kind of through and in between would be agility.
If I'm a cheerleader, I base. Can
I'm-
I sacrifice my movement to boost people over the fence?
Yeah, believe it or not, there is mechanics for that. You know, I haven't wanted to get too deep into
My bad.
all of the details of how this works, but you can absolutely take a chase action. Again, oftentimes that would be using a superpower, but it doesn't have to be. So what you can do is you can kind of sacrifice, you won't be rolling, but you'll
Mhm.
give the other two advantage. Advantage in this game is not a reroll, it is rolling an easier dice. So you'd go from rolling a d8 to rolling a d6, which increases your chances of rolling well. So we're going over the fence, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I actually, can I agility my way on top of the fence? We're in like small town, and the only thing I can picture for like small town fencing, because my grandfather lives in a small, used to be mining town, is that they're all like that old wooden fence that was like
Yeah, that is what I was
built
thinking. Yeah.
forever ago and will be there long before like everyone else passes away.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like long after.
Yeah.
So I want up and across with agility.
Okay. Yeah, we can say that this can be agility for getting everyone up. And again, so Veronica, you're not going to roll, but then I'll let Ruby and Lee both roll at a d6. Carm, you sound like you've got this. So you're just, I think what happens is you're all like standing there debating like fence or path, and Carm just jumps.
Goes.
And then Veronica's like, okay, quick, everybody up.
Plant. I'm like, let's go.
All right.
Roll
Are
your
you
dice.
on athletics or
Agility. Do agility for
Agility.
this one, yeah.
Oh, thank God.
I rolled 1 degree of success.
I
Okay,
just
that one
need
is
it.
still okay. Meets it, beats it. You guys are still good. You jump over the fence. You get into someone's backyard, and you seem to be doing it faster than the monster is. Now, in fact, you can't see it. You assume that it's still pursuing you, but you can't see it anymore because you're inside someone's backyard. At this point, I mean, technically, you could try and break into this person's house if you really, truly want to. But really, your option here is trying to just like run through the backyard, and there seems like there's a gate, There's like a side yard and a gate, and you can go through the gate to get to the front yard.
Ideal, I think.
Okay. Getting through a gate is strength.
I
Never mind.
I think like narratively I'm ahead of the group because I just
A little bit, yeah.
scrambled and jumped ahead. I'll see the gate and I will just like hunker the shoulder and just bust through it.
You got this.
Just
Yeah.
straight through.
It's technically still a group roll, but if you want to do it by yourself, I'm not going to stop you.
I'm ahead.
Go for it. Roll it.
It's
Do
a
it.
D8.
Yeah.
That is a success. I think that's a critical success. Yeah, that's
Ah.
5 degrees of
I was going to make you take
Nice.
a little bit of damage for that, but if you
No.
crit, I won't. If you
Not-
crit, I won't. I had my dice
Best.
ready in my hand. I was going to make you take like a d6 worth of damage for that as like an
Dang.
environmental hazard, but you, fine, you crit,
I'm
you
wearing
make
my
it
motorcycle helmet and my riding
Nice.
jacket.
through. That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Is it just fogged up on the inside from heavy breathing?
No, are you kidding me? I have one of those like filters in there so that the fog doesn't get up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Come
so
on.
with the gate broken through by Carm, you just damaged someone's property quite severely.
I'll
But that's
fix
fine.
it later.
You'll fix it later, yeah. The whole group, you kind of get together, you run through, you run out into the front yard, you run out into the street, and as you do so, you get out into the middle of the street. You're in a suburban neighborhood, it's dark, it's weirdly quiet. It feels like it's like 10 p.m., which is not accurate. You left the forest at 5 and drove for like 15 minutes. You're in kind of the end of like a curved like cul-de-sac area. Where you could, just keep running straight away and running out, which I'm assuming is your plan. You see, as you're standing here, that the monster, it seems, just went around the house. It looks like it's sort of like slunk down. It's not quite as big anymore. Again, it's just this like gooey, slimy looking thing. But as it sees you all, it gets bigger and bigger, and again it just is covered with all of those mouths that are just grinning at you. And just when you're about to take off, full sprint down the street, you hear thunder? You hear something, a loud clap of something in the sky, and you look up kind of looking for lightning, and you do. Light flashes before your eyes. And the next thing you know, you like blink and shake and look around, and you're no longer standing in the middle of the street. You're standing in the middle of a wide open expanse of sand, in the middle of a black sand beach. You see the ocean to the side, but the ocean is also black. Everything here you see is grayscale. There's no color here. And you're just standing here. You're wearing exactly what you're wearing. Relative to each other, you're standing in the exact same positions you were. You might even still have a little bit of forward momentum from being about to run when you realize that you're not in Colorado anymore.
Are we okay?
Are we dead?
Does anyone see a pair of ruby slippers anywhere?
Really?
We're not in Colorado anymore.
I mean, just
Cheer
because we
up,
were
Toto.
thinking it,
Jesus,
doesn't mean-
get with it.
just because we were thinking it doesn't mean we have to say it.
And just because we've said it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt people.
I'm sorry.
Seriously though, where the hell are we?
Hello?
Yes.
Your voice seems to almost echo through this space.
Take the helmet off.
Is there anybody out here?
Maybe it's just us?
Can I like pick
Weird,
something up and throw
goopy,
it in the
smiley
water?
guy?
Yeah, you pick something up, you throw it in the water. It makes like it ripples. It acts just as normal water would. And you think you hear people laughing in the distance.
I don't like it.
Oh no.
Oh, this is bad.
People, we should go that way.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe they'll have some, black lays for all of us and black palm skirts.
Maybe we just hit our heads really hard when we went in the ditch, and this is just a collective dream.
I have hit my head many times. Never from a driving incident. That one's 100% fresh and on you, babe. Love it. Thank you.
There was a person.
I mean, yes, it was a person, but I also don't think it was a person. Because I don't know about everyone else, but I watched a man tear his skin off, not but arm's length in front of me. And that's not person behavior,
That's not real. This is just, we're asleep. We hit our heads really hard. We're sleeping.
Yeah.
Pinched myself really hard.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, maybe the
And
people
of course,
laughing.
we're dreaming because this is paradise, and dreams always have paradise in them.
Lee, were you saying something?
Lee was thinking if there's people laughing, maybe they're the ones behind the elaborate practical joke.
If this turns out to be a practical joke and you're right, Lee, I need to talk to these people about their prop quality and stage work, because the drama club will eat this up. I have no idea how they did that.
Yeah. Win-win. Let's go.
Win-win.
People laughing.
Towards the laughing. It's a great thing.
You start walking toward the source of the noise, and it's weird because everything here looks the same. Like nothing changes as you walk. The landscape is just all the exact same. But you're walking for an indescribable amount of time. You don't really feel time happening around you while you're here. So you can't really be sure if it's a couple seconds or a couple of hours. But very soon, or maybe very long, you see 4 people come into view. They all appear to be in their late 20s, maybe like 27, 28, about 10 years older than you. You see a Hispanic man who is dressed in a like dark red shirt and what look to be just like jeans, which is kind of out of place because the rest of them are actually like dressed like to be on the beach. But he's just dressed in very like normal looking clothes. Um, you see standing next to him a fairly actually about the same height as him, maybe a little bit shorter. White man with short blonde hair. He's dressed in like again just beach clothes, like just like beach trunks on, and like just like yeah, like gray beach trunks, no shoes. You see um a black dark skinned person, very like short curly hair, that is dyed bright pink, which strikes a memory somewhere in the back of your mind, maybe. Um, and they are wearing like a cute kind of like frilly looking little beach outfit as well that is white and purple. Um, and then next to them a very tall, very buff, broad, strong, imposing figure of a Indian woman who is wearing even like again for like a very very tight beach outfit.
I'm a fan.
Um,
Fuck.
There's always one muscle mommy NPC. Listen, where's I can't show my fan. Well, I won't get censored for this, right?
It's a beautiful fan. Yes.
I love that fan. I'm
It's a
always
great
like,
fan.
wait,
It's a great
no,
fan.
what? I'm not gonna get in trouble for that. And they're kind of just playing like they're playing with like a beach ball, like they're playing like beach volleyball. They look perfectly at home and perfectly comfortable here. And as soon as you come into view of them, the Hispanic man who's wearing the like orange shirt, his back is to you, but all of a sudden he turns right around and looks and makes eye contact with the 4 of you, freezes and pauses and goes, "Guys, it's happening again." And you all hear the sound of your alarms going off as you wake up in bed at home.
The heck?
Don't like that.
We're gonna start again with Ruby. You wake up, it is Tuesday, your alarm goes off at exactly the time that you think it would, and you wake up in bed. What's going on for Ruby right now as you wake up on this normal Tuesday morning?
I think Ruby just takes a second, just like sits upright really quickly, almost forgetting that the alarm is going off, and just kind of just like just
As
like
you sit up in bed, you feel that something about you is different. You can't quite label it or name it. It's like there's an instinct, like a sixth sense that you have. It doesn't feel wrong, but it definitely feels new.
I think I'm gonna go up to the bathroom and look at myself in the mirror.
You look the same. It looks like you.
Okay. And just goes about still reeling from whatever supposedly nightmare that was, and just gets dressed. Doesn't dress up as flashy as the first day, but still presentable. Still does his hair and
Hmm.
gets
Do
ready.
you have any plants in your house?
Oh yeah,
Any
there's
living plants in your house? Okay.
like there's plants in her room, like
Okay.
hanging from the ceiling.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, please.
Okay, let me
D8.
D8. Okay, perception. 2 degrees of success.
Those plants are much fuller. Like they've grown overnight a significant amount. And in fact, every time you walk past them, they get a little bit longer.
Uh, I didn't smoke, but I hope. Nope, those were cigarettes. That wasn't anything else.
Mhm.
Just like keeps an eye on them every time she walks by,
Yeah.
just getting ready, but just like paranoid.
Every time they just grow a little bit. They get a little bit longer, a little bit fuller every time you walk by.
I have a green thumb, but not like that. And just goes about just just eventually leaves the room and like avoids avoids looking at all the plants in the house. Just like no.
No. Veronica, you wake up in bed to your alarm going off at the time it normally goes off on Tuesday during a school day.
She like jolts awake this time, and I think like legs tangled in the blanket, just falls off the side of the bed, catching herself. Is my hair in its normal rollers?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There was hesitation, and I don't like it. Suspicious. Just like awkwardly gets up and untangles. It's like, this is a weird dream. Like, goes about normal morning routine.
You would, except that when you get up to start going about your normal routine and you get dressed, you go to the bathroom first, take your hair out of the rollers. When
Yeah.
you grab the door handle of your door and
Mhm.
pull it, you pull your door off the hinges.
Oh my gosh.
Just like lets it drop.
Yeah, you fully take the door off the hinges.
I guess I can skip arm day today. So confused. They need to put better hinges on these doors. It just like very awkwardly sidesteps the door. I'll like lean it gently against the wall, and it's just like I don't it's just so confused.
Yeah. Nothing else odd happens as you get ready, but you definitely feel like you have that same feeling that I described to Ruby, where there's this like sixth sense, this intuitive knowing, and you're like, I need to be really careful with my strength. Like everything you do, you feel like, you're about to crush a mug when you go and like get yourself, a morning, I don't know if you drink coffee or tea or if just water, but you're like, coffee, yeah. You're like, I'm gonna break this. Like, I'm gonna just crush this mug. You're being very, very careful and cautious with everything you touch. We're actually gonna jump next, Carm, to you. You
Yeah.
wake up on your mattress on the floor. Same feeling. There's this weird, intuitive something inside of you as you get up and stretch.
Sniff check the sports bra. We're still good. Music goes on. I think this time it is an old Queen album, like one of the really obscure ones that like no one fucking knows about. goes, opens the fridge.
Hmm.
Fresh energy drink this time.
As you go to grab at the energy drink, you have, you're in an apartment building and you're not on the top floor. There's someone above you. And the person above you must have dropped something very loud. There's a very loud crashing sound that normally, would startle you a little bit normally under any circumstances, but after that weird dream you had last night gives you a definite jump. And all of a sudden you realize that you're being like sprayed in the face with the energy drink because the skin on your hand has something's happened. It's moved, it's shifted, and there are quills sticking out of your hand that have punctured through the energy drink and are causing it to just spill out the side of the can.
Yeah, I raise the hand up so it's not spraying but falling, and I'm just shotgunning the energy drink because I can't waste it.
Those are expensive. Can't waste them.
They're
Understand. Yeah.
Okay. That's hey, go back in. Yeah. And I think I like flick my hand out and the set of quills just like launch off my hand into the wall like a set of darts.
Oh yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, that's.
They're not in your hand anymore.
I mean, that's good. It's good. We're normal. We're fine. Everything is fine. And I'll go and inspect them.
They're quills and they are stuck into the wall for sure. You can take them out though if you want to.
Pick one out. Does it feel like a porcupine sort of deal, or does it feel like bone? Huh?
It feels like a weird mix of both somehow. In a way that's not exactly pleasant.
Weird. That's gross. I'm going to assume that I am fine and don't need to go to the hospital, because if I ignore it, then it's not real. That's it. School time.
I do have an excuse. Someone fix my door now.
Are we back? Are we live?
Hi.
Neon's back.
Welcome back.
It looks like we are. Okay, we're back.
We're back, everyone.
Hi.
Sorry about that. It's not a
folks.
stream until Neon's internet dies. Almost at the end.
It's only when I'm streaming. I can do literally everything else. I can consume more like bit rate and bandwidth doing other things, but for some reason it's only when we're live. I'm just glad that it only happened at the end.
And it died, Neon, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you
School.
clapped and it died, so you're going to school. Everything's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
going to school.
Everything's normal.
Everything's fine.
Nothing's happening.
Everything's
You're
normal.
going
Nothing
to
is
school.
wrong. I don't have to go see a doctor, and I don't have to report anything.
No.
God, I hate going to the doctor.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's
Lee,
fine.
you wake up at home in bed, feel like something there's this intuition or this sense that you have that you could tap into that's like right there but not quite.
Mhm.
What's your morning like on your normal Tuesday morning?
I mean, I think like with what we had dealt with, Lee's hand moves over to hit the snooze button, but this time it doesn't. Because he's a little freaked out. He does everything a little bit slower, more methodically, because he's thinking about what happened. He's not sure anymore, but he does actually brush his teeth. He does actually go to get a little cereal bar. Just poring over things of like, did I imagine that?
Yeah. You go through your morning all as normal. Eventually, it's time to get in the car, time to drive to school. You head outside, get in your car, start driving to school. As you're driving down out of your neighborhood, though, something catches your eye. And it's that you're driving by the house where, you don't really know him, but you are aware that in the hospital where you have your internship at later today, last time you were there for your internship was over the weekend, and there was an older man who was brought in, Um, Mr. I need to check my notes. Um, um, Mr. Kumar was brought into the hospital. He was older. He was, in his 90s. He was just having heart failure. He's just old. Nothing really you guys could do for him, which is always one of the sadder things in the hospital when there's just you make someone comfortable, but he's kind of just dying of old age.
Hmm.
But you see him standing outside of what you're guessing is his house. Just standing there looking at the house as you drive by. But as you drive by, you really look at him and you catch a glimpse, and he looks kind of pale's the wrong word, more so kind of opaque. Like he's maybe not really there, but you definitely see him.
I think recognizing that, Lee would probably pull over
Mhm.
and then like do a quick U-turn to
Mhm.
see if it was a trick of the eyes or something.
Hmm. You kind of see it again as you drive by, and he's just standing there. He's looking around, he's looking at the house. He looks kind of confused.
Uh, I like pull over next to near where he is and
Mhm.
step outside and say, "Mr. Kumar,
Oh, sorry, who are you? Do I know you?
it's Lee from the hospital."
That's right, I was in the hospital, wasn't I?
Yeah, it looks like you're doing much better.
Oh, last thing I remember, I was in the hospital and my daughter was there, and I think that her wife was there with her, and my grandkids. Everything feels so far away.
Are you feeling okay? Do you need to go inside? I can help you.
Yes, I think I should probably head inside, yeah.
And Lee is gonna go up and
Mhm.
offer his arm. Like
Mhm.
most of the people
Mhm.
who he sees, like usually
Mhm.
they might need some help walking,
Mhm. Mhm.
and he'll just
Mhm.
offer as per usual.
Yeah. Yeah. And he goes to take your arm and goes through you.
Uh, try that again.
Tries it again, and you can see where he's going to grab your arm. It passed through your body. Like there's nothing, he doesn't have anything to hold on to you with.
Um, I I I've been having a weird morning. Maybe I could just get the door for you.
Oh, yeah, if you could do that. Uh, I tried to knock earlier. I don't think that anyone heard me. I don't know if anyone's home. Is
Lee's
anyone
gonna go
supposed to be home?
and try to
Mm,
knock on the
yeah,
door.
yeah. You go and try and knock on the door. No one answers. But he walks up kind of next to you and just is kind of staring at the house and takes a couple more steps forward, and you see him pass right through the door without it being open, and he steps inside. You assume he steps inside anyways. Once he passes through the door, you can no longer see him.
Oh, and Lee is not quite sure how to handle this. He's gonna call the hospital. Um,
Yeah. One of the
probably,
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you have a number you're calling? Like, are you calling your volunteer coordinator or someone there that you know, or are you calling the hospital front line for like an
Yeah.
admin to pick up?
I'd say specifically the front desk.
Okay.
There's a sweet old lady, Glenda, that
Mhm.
works there. That
Yeah.
is, I mean, they're tight, and so he's just gonna give her a ring and
Yeah.
then just be like, "Hey, um, is did Mr. Kumar get discharged?"
Yeah, at first she answers in like her very like customer service voice, right, for the hospital, but then you're like, it's me. She's like, oh Lee, how are you doing? How was your first day of school? And then you ask that and she gets very quiet. She goes, oh no, I'm so sorry to be the one to tell you this. You were going to find out later today, though I guess when you come in anyways. Mr. Kumar passed last night in his sleep. It was quiet and peaceful, and his family was there, but he is no longer with us.
Oh, okay.
Is
And
everything all right?
uh, it. Sorry, I gotta go.
Oh, well, have a good day at school. We'll see you later for your volunteer shift.
And they'll just click.
Close the phone. Yeah. Yeah. Do
And
you head to school from there?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Lee is not sure how to handle what's going on. Um, Thinking that maybe it was just lack of sleep, but then hearing the news, Mr. Kumar was always like one of the patients that wanted someone to talk with, wanted someone to hang out in his room. And so just hearing that loss, it just that weighs heavy on his heart
Mhm.
when he drives.
Yeah. I imagine he has a very quiet drive into school that
Absolutely.
morning. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like no music, nothing.
Yeah. Well, you get to school, and it's probably a bit jarring because school is loud. There's still lots of people. People still have energy. It's only the second day, so there's people's spirits are still bright. They haven't been crushed yet by tests and academic pressure. So you get there to this, you might need to sit in your car for a minute and even like take a second because it's quite loud, quite noisy.
Yeah.
Um, but you get there, you go to school. Do you think I'm gonna say today that you all kind of arrive at around the same time and you can kind of catch glimpses of each other as you get into school, as you start to get onto campus, like maybe like clocking waves. Yeah. Um, your lockers are not that far from each other. Oh, do you have something, Veronica?
I have a question. Is my car muddy?
Yeah, the tires of your car are muddy. Yeah, and so's the front of it. Yeah, yeah,
Cool,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
My car is also silent, and Daphne does not know why.
Yeah.
I also have a question.
Hmm.
Is my parking space available?
Yes, your parking space is available.
Damn right.
Yeah, as it should be. Yeah, yeah. You're all, I imagine, getting ready for, again, like there's this loud cacophony of noises and students all around you. There's laughter and people starting the day, and then there's four oddly quiet students kind of stuck in their own minds as you get ready for the day. And Ruby, you go about, you put the combination into your locker, you take the lock off your locker and you open it, and a composition book falls out of your locker onto the ground. And it doesn't look like yours, which is weird.
I
You see
think,
the spine is kind of held together with black tape.
yeah, I think as soon as it falls out, she kind of just looks around because it's not. There's no way to get it in there unless you know the code.
Yeah.
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 Slowly picks it up.
Yeah. You pick it up, it kind of fell on its back. You pick it up, you reach down, flip it over, and on the front, someone has written in like a purple-ish color. There's just one word on the front, and that word is emergent. And that is where we're going to end our stream for today and our game of Emergent. Thank you guys all
Quite a
for
little
being
sketch.
here, playing, and watching. I'm going to have our players go around and outro themselves by saying your name, your pronouns, where people can find you, and also your character's name, pronouns, and your character's power. We're going to go ahead and just do the same order that you guys did before, if that's all right, if you remember.
Yes, I think that was me first.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were first, yeah.
Yeah. Hey y'all, I'm Monroe. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me on Blue Sky or most of the internet as Monroe, where I am a game designer, writer, sensitivity reader, and I sensitivity read the Emergent book, which was awesome. And I am playing Ruby Rivera, who uses any and all pronouns, and my power is Floralist.
I'm next. Hi, I'm Cait, she, they. You can find me across all socials at handscait. And you can also find me over with the Critter Words team this year again. I am playing Veronica Nicole, and she is an Apex.
Hey y'all, I'm Matt, he, him pronouns. You can find me everywhere as Improv and RPG. And I was playing Li Zhang, who is necrometry. Necrometry. I kept struggling with the word internally, and it's like once I figured out the right syllable, I completely flubbed the beginning. So
It's okay.
But-
You said it right. Necrometry. You're good.
Thank
And
you.
pronouns for your guys' characters.
He, they for
She,
Li
her.
Zhang.
Perfect. All right, Neon.
And yeah, it's me. It's Neon. Hey, what's up? It's Neon Graffiti. It's me. I'm playing the lovely Carmilla Wolf, flesh shaper extraordinaire. And you can find me here on Logomancy, mainly every Saturday for this whole month. We'll all be here. And
Heck
if
yeah,
you
we
haven't already, go check out our fundraiser through Tiltify, as I plug us again, for the Trans Lifeline. They're a phenomenal grassroots organization down in the States helping out the trans community, which we all know needs the extra help at the moment. So super grassroots, does micro grants, community support, financial support for trans people in crisis. So please do check them out. And if you can't donate, find somebody who can, or even just get your foot traffic over there, spread the word. They're doing good work. So yeah, that's the me.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank everyone again for watching, for being here, and I want to thank our players for participating today on our first episode. This is a game that's very important to me. Again, I've been helping out with this game in various regards, mostly playtesting for the past 2.5 years. I love this game. I love the team that created it. I know we had some members of the Emergent team in the chat today, even though I was not watching the chat. But yeah, we would
see
just
you, Almighty Duck.
Yeah. The fruit snacks reference was for you, Austin. So yeah, we would just so appreciate if you take some time, if you like what you're seeing here, again, spread the word about this stream. We will be here for the next 3 Saturdays. Spread the word about the game, but more than anything, most importantly, spread the word that we are raising money for the Trans Lifeline. You can get a free PDF of this book for $25 donation. I mean, it's not free. You're donating to charity, and then the book is the free donation incentive.
It's a gift to thank you.
It's a gift to thank you for
Also,
donating.
If you have a chance, click through to the shieldbrothersgames.itch.io/emergent to go learn more about the system and see what it's all about.
Yeah, we got to preview some of it. There's so many more rules that we haven't touched on, so much to showcase from these amazing powers that our players will be playing over the next couple of weeks. And yeah, I'm Quinn. I use any pronouns. You can find me at Quinn Beckham27 on Blue Sky, where I talk about this game a whole lot, along with other games. I'm an actual play performer and GM. Still a weird thing to say since I've only been doing this since October, but I am, and I can say that. We will be back next week, so be sure to catch us then. Bye, everyone.
Until then, see everyone.
See everyone.